All right. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about tips for investing in the stock market. How about real estate? How about crypto? How about precious metals? How about assets? We're going to talk about it this evening, and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Hello, everybody. The live stream on a Friday night. Thank you for being here, Miss Learn and Earn. I see you in the house. Thank you for being here. And Brandon Hicks, once again, salute to you from NC. Thank you for checking in. As usual, I appreciate your support and everybody else who's here on the live stream. And before we start, good evening, Curtis Davis. Thank you for being here in the house as well. So we're going to talk about some tips on investing in the stock market. Well, this is pretty simple. We have a lot of people who send messages. When I say stock market, in their head they go, isn't that gambling? In their head, it's you can lose money. In their head, it's all kind of different things in their head. I can't even keep the story straight. But I do know this. Most millionaires, billionaires, their net worth is tied up in how much they own in stocks or how many other assets they have that generates revenue. So here's some tips for you right now. Because the stock market can be daunting, because a lot of people are afraid of losing money and think it's one thing or another, start out with something simple. How many people have Apple iPhones? How many people have bought a Tesla? How many people have bought Nike tennis shoes? How many people have an AT&T phone? Come on. You have these simple items that you actually buy these products that are consumable goods, but you don't want to invest in the company. That same money you could be investing in the company and receiving dividends every 3 months. How crazy is that? So think about it. That's the first tip for you. How about the second tip? You always want to do your due diligence if possible. Everybody can do that. You can go look and see what the stock's high and low has been over the last 24 months. You can go look and see if the company is making money. All these are easy to see. But then you got to think about what sectors, what type of businesses are going to be the future. Everybody can see artificial intelligence, 5G, health. Those are easy. Tesla and electric cars. Electric car charging stations, electric batteries, electric trucks, all these good things are going to be coming in the future. So that means what technologies are going to be needed? Chips like NVIDIA, AMD, Intel. Chips are going to be needed for the computers to run these items when they're going to be driving by themselves, autonomous driving. Ford handles some of that. So again, these are companies that already exist that are going to be in the forefront. And you have an opportunity to invest right now while it's cheap. And the funny part is, I'll use a perfect example. I got a dividend check from Nokia. Nokia is only $3.50 a share right now. They have something to do with 5G. Right now, you earn almost 5.5 cents for every share that you buy of Nokia right now. Ericsson, ERIC, once again, they give out dividend checks. They're about $11.50 a share. These are the kind of things that you have to think about. Ford has went up to around $10 or $11 a share. 3-4 months ago, it was down to $5 a share. So these are the kind of things you have to look for when you're investing. Tips is what I call them. Thank you, Curtis Davis, for pointing it out. Apple, Nike, AT&T. That's right. Ericsson, Nokia. And then for everybody who don't know the symbols, N is in Nancy, OK is like Nokia. Ericsson is my name, ERIC. AT&T uses the letter T as in Tom, for instance. Apple is AAPL. Nike. So all these guys are a simple explanation of a little tips. Marvel. Curtis Davis throws in Marvel all the time. MARVL. He throws that in all the time. George Maple. What's up, man? Glad to see you're with us this evening. I appreciate you being here. All right, so there's 2 tips for you right there. And what else can you do when you're dealing with investments? Do not listen to other people, because not everybody can be right. I'm not going to be right all the time. I can't predict which stocks are going to go up and which stocks are going to go down. This is why I focus my attention on what's going to happen in the future. And that's where I put my money, because there's going to be growth there. Just like Apple, just like Tesla, just like Amazon, just like Google 20 years ago. Now, you have the same opportunity now. You just have to think what's going to happen in the future. And you have streaming services, right? So all you have to do, that is your tip. And then once you get familiar with using Robinhood and Webull, by the way, everybody who's here now, if you have not downloaded Robinhood and Webull, the links are down below in the description. Get Robinhood and Webull. They give you a free share of stock just for downloading the software, just for downloading their app. And right now, Webull has a special. Share your link with other people, and they're going to give you 2 or 3 free shares of stock for sharing your link. This is how we can make money also, ladies and gentlemen. Referral marketing. You can leave that link on social media to help other people as well, and you get a free share of stock. But right now, Webull, download the app, get a free share of stock, and if you deposit $100 or more, they're going to give you 2 or 3 free shares of stock, depending on the day that you're doing it. But if you do this within the next 3 or 4 days, the promotion, I think, ends actually 2 days from now. The promotion ends tomorrow or tonight. I don't remember exactly, but deposit 100 or more in Webull, they give you 2 or 3 free shares of stock to boot. All right. Charlie, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So that's another tip for you. Webull, Robinhood, get the links down below. Also, Robinhood, they have a little advantage because they allow you to buy in for the money. So in other words, let's just call it what it is. Let's say Apple, their shares are trading at $115 a share, but you only have $20. On Robinhood, you can invest $20 for a partial share of Apple. That's how it works. And then you can do it every week. You can say, hey, I'm going to put $20 in every week, reoccurring if you want to. And this is the 4th tip. You should invest over time. Invest as many times as you can and often. So if you can only invest once a month, do it once a month. If you can do it every 2 months, then every 2 months. But you must keep going because there's the stock market goes up and the stock market goes down. That's just the way the stock market works. And when the stock market goes down, here's the 5th tip. You buy more. All right? You buy more. There's a reason that the top 10%ers of the wealthiest in America own 92% of the stock market. I'm keeping my money where they keep their money. The odds of us losing is slim to none because they're going to manipulate, and they have the ability to manipulate the market. So I'm going where they're going. So again, that's another tip for you. And then, of course, let's get to the real tip. Click the link down below for the likes, please. And if you like what you're hearing so far, hit the subscribe button, because that's another tip. Because every Friday right now, we're giving out gems. There's people that are in the chat room right now who gives out gems. And hopefully, I'm able to give a few gems as well. So these are the kind of things that we're talking about. We need assets that generate income for us, ladies and gentlemen. And in case you are new to investing, the first share I tell everybody to get is AT&T. The stock symbol is T. Right now, you're getting about 7.5% on your money. For every $100, you're getting $7.50 a year. Now, are you hearing me? for every $100, you're getting $7.50 a year. That ends up being a lot of money if you spend 5 or 10 years investing $100 once or twice a month for 10 years or 5 years. And you can now think about, hey, wait a minute, I might be getting $1,200 a month 6 or 7 years from now. Think about it. You have a chance. All right, Curtis Davis thrown in something. This year since March, dip 40% gains. All right, he's got it already right. Remember earlier this year when the pandemic took a toll on America and businesses shut down, the stock market went down about, it went down 30%. Well, guess what? It's come back 40% since that. So if you would have bought when we told you to in March, you would have in some cases 40, 50, 60%, even 100% on your money. That's how simple it would have been. And that's why being a subscriber now is better than being a subscriber not at all. So thank you again for being here. And please, I implore you to share any videos and help other people out. That's the intent here of Stop Struggling Now. All right. AT&T, beautiful dividend. That's right. And by the way, AT&T, let's talk about gambling. 50 years, I believe it's 52 years, they have issued a dividend every 3 months. And over the course of 50 years, they have increased the amount they pay shareholders. They're one of the aristocrats of dividend investing. So keep that in mind. That's why I always tell everybody to go with AT&T first. It's just safe, 7.5% on your money. And now here's the other thing I want to talk about with regards to a tip with stock market investing. Do not, it's up to you how you want to invest. Here's what the real deal is. Taxes are due, ladies and gentlemen. So that 40% gain that we're talking about from March that Curtis Davis has mentioned, think of it this way. I bought a stock for $100. It now is at $140. But because I sold it before 1 year, I owe 25% in taxes. All right? Now, if I held it and it happens to be 140 a year from now, and then I sell it, that is called long-term capital gains. And now I only owe 15% or less in tax. So let me get this straight for you so you understand it. If you sell a share of stock and it's a profit and it goes up, let's say it goes up, it doesn't matter what the amount is. If you sell before 1 year, you're going to owe 25% in taxes. If you sell after a year, 367th day, you're only going to owe 15% on taxes. Are you seeing how this works? Long-term investing. All right. Hopefully you understand that. And that's why when people tell me they want to do day trading, I say, oh, really? Because now what happens is you put the pressure on yourself. Every trade you do during the day or during the week, you owe, if you have a profit, you automatically owe 25%. That's how it works. So you're giving up 25% for every time you do a trade. That adds up over time. So that's all I'm saying. Think long term and also think about recurring, like I mentioned. That's the other tips. That's how you do it. Even if you only had $20 a week, $20 a month, so be it. Invest $20 every week or every month. It doesn't matter what the amount is, but you got to get in the game, because you sure can't put the money in a bank and earn 0.5%. That's crazy. You can't put in the bank and even get 1% on your money. Meanwhile, inflation is what? You believe inflation is 2 or 3%, ladies and gentlemen? It's not. It's really over 10%. It's more like 15%. You can't have a tariff war with China, for instance, and increase their goods 10% to 25% and then say there's no inflation. Overnight prices went up 10 to 25%. That means that's inflation. Your paycheck didn't go up 10 to 25% this year. Come on, get real. All right. Curtis Davis, day trading. You're telling IRS you make too much. Tax me. That's exactly right. That's exactly what you're telling them. You're giving them a signal. You never want to tell the IRS how much you're really making, unless you have another way to write it off. And that's the other tips. You have to figure out what you plan on doing with the money and when you're going to take it out. Are you going to take it out when you're over 60? Before 60? You're going to roll over the profits into something else? There's always a way to skin the cat. It's the monetary system and the income tax loopholes are definitely for the top 10 percenters, which you want to be. So speaking of investments, that's the only tips I'm going to give out today. But here goes another tips. We're going to talk about assets. So we got to talk about real estate, of course. Real estate traditionally goes up in price, so that's an asset. But is it an asset if you own the home? We've had discussions about this before, at least I have. I don't consider a home an asset. The reason why is because I'm paying a mortgage normally. That means money's coming out of my pocket. That also means I could have been paying that same $1,500, $2,000, whatever my mortgage payment is. I could be paying that towards rent. And this is where the real estate guys say, well, you're going to be paying that money, so why don't you pay it into a house that you own? Well, I look at it two different ways. I look at it as when I buy a house that's used, I have no warranty. I have nothing. When I buy a house after it's 10, 15 years old, now I have to pay. I don't even have the homeowner's warranty, the builder developer's warranty anymore. So now when something happens, I got to pay for it. And generally at 12 to 15 years is when maintenance issues arise. Whether it's your fence has rotted, whether it's your AC unit goes out, whether there's something wrong with the roof. Could be a myriad of things. The plumbing, for some strange reason, starts acting up. A myriad. All of that you have to pay, which people do not take into consideration. All right? Now, Brandon Hicks brought up that $650K house. Any update? No update, Brandon Hicks. They have not sold it. And again, it's going to be I think it's a reach that they're going to sell it for that because they have homes in that area that are a couple thousand square feet more that people bought for in the 300,000s. Even though the homes are worth in the upper 400,000s now, I don't know how people are going to come to that neighborhood and buy a 650. But I'm hoping somebody does, because in the ATL, I don't need to spend $650 to have a 3,800, 3,900 square foot house. In the ATL, all I need is like $450 to have a 5,000 square foot house. That's kind of crazy. The house is going to be smaller than, it's only 3,900 square feet. But we're going to wait till November when it's done, Brandon Hicks, because that $650,000 house is supposed to be done next month. And in case anybody's not knowing, it's a place, 819 Artistry Way in Fairburn, Georgia, which is out by the airport. We're talking about this Les Jardins neighborhood. It's an upscale neighborhood. That's where somebody's building a brand new house trying to sell it for $650,000. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I am hoping for it because the lots over there are selling for under 50 grand. They started selling for 48,000 right now. So now it's a couple of thousand less. So that means I can buy it for less than that even, as far as I'm concerned. So if that house sells, like I said, Brandon Hicks already knows. We're going to make it happen. We'll do some deal over there. Curtis Davis mentions a 1031 exchange real estate. Hey, that's how the top 10 percenters do it, ladies and gentlemen. How do you get away from paying taxes? You use a 1031 exchange. Okay. Most people may not know what I'm talking about. A 1031 exchange in all essence is this. Let's just say I have a house for 400 grand. Let's say my house went up to 600,000. I'm going to have to pay capital gains on that. Well, I'll just use for our simple example, it's 200,000 profits. So let's just say I have to pay capital gains on 200,000. Instead of paying that costs more, and by me going through the 1031 exchange, I don't have to pay taxes and I get to roll it up, so to speak, defer it longer. So as long as I keep buying property at a higher price, I get to defer my taxes. We can keep doing this for 50 years if we want to. Okay, that's how the top 10 percenters do it. Now you see why they get ahead. They did not have to pay the tax, got to buy property that's valued at a higher price. What more can you ask for? Seems like a plan to me. All right. Okay. That was the Brandon Hicks part about the 650K. And Curtis was asking about, so the homes in ATL are $90 a square foot. Exactly. Exactly, Curtis Davis. You can go look at the Zillow. You'll see. They're like $90, $100 a square foot or less. It's incredible. For existing homes, the newer homes in the upscale neighborhoods, they're trying to sell for like $150 a square foot. It's crazy. All right. George Maple, a member of the channel with that icon next to his name. Thank you for supporting the channel. So do you consider a new build house an asset? Yes. And I'll say why I consider it an asset. Because I don't plan on living there. That's why I consider it an asset simply because I'm going to build it and flip it. So in other words, that $650,000 house for $3,900 a square foot, we're trying to build that $650,000 square foot for $450,000 to $475,000. Even $500,000 for that matter. We're trying to build it for $500,000, then we're going to flip it for $650,000. We're out of it. We made $150,000. That's what I call an asset. Now, if what I don't call an asset is when I'm going to build the house for $650,000, then I'm going to live in the house and it costs me $500,000. Now I'm paying a mortgage on it and I'm using my hard-earned money to pay the mortgage. I like it the other way around. I want assets. What I consider assets is when I flipped it for made the $175,000, let's say, and then I use that $175,000 to go buy another asset. That's what I call an asset. I'm getting paid. Outlay of cash is an expense. I don't care how you slice it. The only reason people think homes are valuable is because that's what you're taught. They want a little monetary noose around your neck because every day, if you have a mortgage, you got to work for somebody. And not only do you have to work for somebody, you're going to obey who you work for, no matter how bad they treat you, because how many of you have heard this, and some of you may be doing this right now? I can't afford to lose my job, so I take their garbage at work. How many of you doing this? How many people work 12 hours a day and say, well, I got to do it because I got to pay for my house? Imagine if you didn't have that little noose around your neck having to worry about a mortgage and you're sitting there going, oh, I just rent. I can give my landlord a 30-day notice. I'm out. If I lose my job. Meanwhile, what's in your head, your mental capacity at work, you're stressing because they're treating you like garbage. And you're saying, I can't leave. But if you were a free agent and said, hey, you know what, I'm only renting. Hey, here's my 30-day notice. Or, hey, I can't take this job no more. I quit. Now you have options. But when you have a 30-day mortgage, 15-year mortgage, you're at the mercy of a job. And if you don't have extra streams of income coming in, you got a problem. So that's why we go with extra streams of income here. That's why I've been talking about it for 2 years. Because once you get extra streams of income, then the job becomes secondary. And then you start thinking of investing. Because now you're going, well, wait a minute. Why am I sitting here at this job 8 hours to 12 hours a day? I could actually be doing my own thing, making my own streams of income and increasing my cash flow, not a company's cash flow. You're increasing my company's cash flow, the one that you're CEO of. That's how we do it. You want to be CEO of my life. So you could always spin on a dime. You could always say, hey, I'm not going into work today. In fact, I'm not going into work for another month because you're the CEO. You can say, I make enough money that I can just go do whatever I want, and I have streams of income coming in while I'm sleeping, which is the stock market. That's how we do it. Making money online, just like this YouTube channel makes money. I make money while I'm sleeping from the YouTube channel because there's other videos that I have out here, and people see previous videos that I've made, and then they click on some of the links down in the description, and then I receive a check. How simple is that? You could do this same thing, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. It all works the same way. We live in the greatest era where you can get your assets. Easy assets. YouTube, all the social media platforms is an asset if you start a company. Intellectual properties. Charlie, thank you for being here. Once again, that's right. Defer, 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 defer. That's all you have to do. Defer your taxation means what? More wealth in your pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, what you forget to realize is every time you send in a tax payment to the IRS, a lot of people, a lot of American citizens go, I'm being patriotic. Man, this is what I'm saying. This propaganda from when you were a kid, you know, cross your heart, Pledge of Allegiance, when people haven't even read that. Get real. Now people are still believing the hype about everything else. Of course, they're going to tell you to do certain things, ladies and gentlemen, because if I can get 200 million people borrowing money, having 30-year mortgages, that means the companies that I own, because I'm a top 10%er, that means I can get people to accept $20 an hour jobs, $25 an hour jobs, $15 an hour jobs, because they need the money. Now, if they taught everybody when we're growing up how to start a business, how to not pay taxes, and it was reversed where 200 million people were actually trying to be a top 10%er, who would actually be at a job? Who would actually even be paying taxes? Come on. Wake up now. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my job, is to make you think a little bit. When they're siphoning your wealth by paying taxes, so now you have a job, you slave away 140 hours, 160 hours, 200 hours a month, then comes out of your W-2 paycheck, you look at it and they go, doggone it, I'm missing 20%. Swipe from you. Imagine that 20%. Pull out your pay stub right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have one. Pull out your paycheck, that 20% tax. Think about this. What if you could have used that to invest instead of the government taking it from you? This is why the top 10%ers use stock market and assets as vehicles, because when you have your own company, you get to write off. In fact, when I have my company and I give you a W-2, I get to write that off at the end of the year. I need employees. You see how this works? They need you more than you need them. That's how it works. But check out your paycheck. Look how much of the FICA and all that came out, and you could have used some of that and put it in every time a paycheck comes out. Imagine that you could have put in to some stock like a Tesla, like an Apple, like an Nvidia, like a LVGO, like a, you name it. And imagine a stock where you would get dividends. Go back, think about 2 or 3 years, how much tax has been siphoned from you. And you could have used that money to invest instead. You could only imagine you would have a check coming in either every month or every 3 months from dividends, and your portfolio would have grown. Meanwhile, that money goes into the IRS and the United States government, and does you no good. You just got to show back up to work because you're working paycheck to paycheck, or some of us are lucky enough not to have to work paycheck to paycheck, but you're making enough money at your job where you don't have to be concerned with paycheck to paycheck. But we know 70% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. So that's what I'm talking about here. I'm trying to get everybody up here into the 10% category. Not the 1%, just the 10%. And how do we do that? We have to do income. We got to increase your income streams. The average millionaire, as everybody knows here, has 7 or 8 streams of income on average. So if you don't have, you got to have, let's call it capital gains, intellectual properties, residual income. If you make music, you can have residual income. If you make movies, you can have residual income. There's ways that you have to create where you have residual income coming in. And the more of those you have, you get closer to being a top 10%er. That's how easy it is. All right. Miss Learn and Earn. Hold on. I got to get this. You Need Some Suckers by Curtis Davis. That's exactly what I'm saying here. And Miss Learn and Earn also says it the best. Even the Prez ain't patriotic. Of course, because he understands one thing. He's a top 1%er. He knows top 10%ers and 1%ers know one thing. They need you to believe that you're patriotic by paying taxes. They're not concerned about with being patriotic. They're concerned about having the almighty dollar and apparently all of it. They don't want to share. It's crazy. Curtis Davis, you don't want to get me in this. We're in the no guru zone. Please, everybody, if you just joined us, please click the like button down below. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and help the algorithm. Smash the like button. Dave Ramsey tells young people to sell your Apple and Tesla stock. Oh, my God. Woo! My boy. You guys know I'm a no real fan of Ramsey's. Other than this, I will say one thing I'm going to give Ramsey credit for is when he tells people to not have debt, have the 6 months worth of reserve so you can pay your expenses in case of emergency. That right there, that's the best advice he can give anybody. Because even when you're investing, you should still put a little money aside just in case a rainy day happens. But how you can put money aside is by having extra streams of income. That helps. So then you don't have to sacrifice investing versus worrying about if you lost your job or a downturn in the economy or whatever. So these are the kind of things that you have to think about. Melanie Bonita, 7 streams minimum. Exactly. I like that thinking right there. That's what I'm saying. 7 streams minimum. I like that because I'm actually trying to get 10 myself. I never like to have less than 3 or 4, but I'm trying to get up to 10 now. And I can't get there right now. I only have like, I might be there. I got like 6 or 7 right now. So that's a pretty good thing. But I'm trying to get more. And more is coming. Thank you so much, Miss Learn and Earn, for the super sticker. Thank you for that donation. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And I thank you for being here once again. All right. I write books. Oh, there we go. I write books for my residual income. Melanie Bonita, exactly. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? The woman here is writing books and selling books and getting residual income. Hey, Melanie Bonita, are these books PG or G rated? Come on now. You got to put your link in the comments down below so people can order a book. You need we can give you some support here. Or you go to the Stop Struggling Now Facebook group, the Stop Struggling Now Facebook group channel. You become a member. You can post your link there as well. I have no problem with that. So feel free. Let us know. You can post up the link in the chat room. No problem. Juvie Lover. What's up, kings and queens? Thank you so much, Juvie Lover, for the donation, the $5 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. I humbly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Melanie Brooks, excellent idea. Exactly. And Melanie Brooks, I should do this more often. I mentioned this last week. Star Cruiser Falcon. These books were made by my brother 15, 20 years ago. They're in paperback. They're on, of course, Amazon and other outlets, Barnes and Nobles. Star Cruiser Falcon. Duran Drake is his pen name. That is my brother. He produced those two books. I've been trying to tell him to come out with number 3. He said he's going to do a prequel maybe, or maybe do a number 3 another way. But so far, he's been sitting on his laurels. So that's how it works. You know, sometimes when you do something and you have success, you don't want to go further. You want to sit on your laurels. Ronald Anderson, what do you think about Ring Central? Nothing. For a business line, starting a trucking company, but I will have a holding company over it. Okay. Ring Central, I have no problem with Ring Central, quite frankly. It's just a phone number, but you can get a phone number without paying from several other sources. I mean, you can have a Google phone number for that matter, but you can use Ring Central. Now, if you're going to start talking about financing or funding or lines of credit later, you might run into a problem with just having a Ring Central phone number. So therefore, I always advise, Ronald Anderson, I always advise Opus Virtual Office is my thing. I know it costs $99 a month, but that's a tax write-off when you're in business. And the reason why I say that is because you have your own business number, your own fax number, you have an actual commercial address, they collect your mail, and also you're on 411, which the lenders like to check. So all you have to do at that point is make sure you have a website. And now you'll be in line for a line of credit, and then you just need a bank account. And in case anybody doesn't know, bluevine.com bank account. It's online. I like it. They give a debit card. They also give you lines of credit depending on how much revenue you have coming in. Usually you're going to need over $10,000 or more before they give you lines of credit. But nonetheless, that's an option, Blue Vine. And everybody qualifies for a business. And you're going to need your LLC or corporation paperwork. And you'll need, what am I missing? LLC, corporation paperwork, and your EIN number, and a DNB number if you have one, but you don't need a DNB. So, Melody Bonita, absolutely. Yep. My books are daily devotionals. Right on. Hey, put a link down below. I have no problem with that. All right. Eddie Lewis, is the 10,000 credit line coming soon? Eddie Lewis, thank you for mentioning this, the 10K trade line. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the bad news first. And if you just now joined us, please smash the like button down below. All right, Eddie Lewis, here's the bad news first. Because, let me see how they put it. First, well, okay, I'll give an update in case people don't know and they're new. First, the first update, DocuSign, they wanted over $30,000 for them to sign up because they told them they'll have 1,000 people a month signing up and using the DocuSign service. When you order the trade line, you have to sign an agreement, and they were going to run it through DocuSign, and DocuSign was like, nah, we want $30-some thousand up front. And I was like, that's a joke. They haven't even done anything, and they want $30K for what? So anyhow, they didn't go through them, so it took 6 or 7 days to find vendor number 2. So they're using vendor number 2. And then after they got the API, the software guy said, I need 2 weeks to get it straight. Well, after they got the API for the new DocuSign company, guess what? The API and everything for when you order, it doesn't go with their present POS system. So now they had to order a new POS system. Now the POS system won't be up for this whole thing won't even be happening until January sometime. That's the bad news. But wait, there's more. I have good news. So in essence, Eddie Lewis, the $10,000 trade line is going to be available to limited people. Good news, you're on this call. And in fact, people are going to find out if they're not on the call But here's how this is going to work. We're going to do it manually. So what's going to happen is, I don't actually know what I'm going to need, but what's going to happen is I'm going to send everybody who signed up on the newsletter list, the newsletter email list. All right? I'm going to send everybody a link where you're going to be able to go and sign up with DocuSign, or with they're not using DocuSign, but it's like DocuSign. The new company that you're going to sign up with the agreement, that agreement allows you to put in your credit card or debit, well, it has to be credit card, your credit card number, and November 25th, they're going to charge your card, and in the month of December, you're going to have a $10,000 trade line on your credit report. That's how we're going to start it off. And then in January, the website where you can order actual products and things like that, that's going to be hooked into the API and their new POS system. So then that way you can order, not only will you be able to order the 149, and it's going to happen through that DocuSign system, but at that point you'll be able to go in because they're going to have affiliate marketers. You can become an affiliate marketer for them, and they're going to have an affiliate campaign, so they have to be able to link everybody up under each individual affiliate. But luckily for me, I'm one of the few people that are going to have this link available, and now you are. And so it's going to be available starting probably in 2 or 3 days. So please sign up for the newsletter. It's in the link down below in the description. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of the description where I have the newsletter link. And everybody on the newsletter, like I say, I'll repeat, I'm going to send you the information. You're going to sign up using their DocuSign system. You're going to put in your debit card. They're going to charge your card around November 25th. And then sometime in the month of December, the $10,000 trade line will be on your card. And by the way, the $10,000 trade line, ladies and gentlemen, is a usable trade line. How about this? Next week, I'm going to be at the store and let the cat out the bag on what you're going to be able to buy. How about that? Next week, I'm going to be there so you guys can see for yourself actual, tangible, real, legit items, not some overpriced BS. This is going to be legitimate product, okay? And you'll be able to use your $10,000 trade line towards that legitimate product that you're going to order yourself. That's how we're going to do it. So that's the good news. Thank you for asking, Adid, Lewis. Appreciate it. All right. We have Regis up here where I live at New Haven, Connecticut. They charging $71 a month right now. I would have to talk with him. Yes, Ronald Davis. Regis is a decent company, but double check with them because Regis, sometimes they charge extra for what Opus is already giving you. Like I said, they give you a phone, a fax, a live receptionist answers the phone, and then let's say, of course, they answer it, and then when they say, I'll transfer you, they transfer to your cell phone or to whatever phone number you designate so you can pick up. If you don't pick up, it goes to your voicemail. Or you can just have them send it to a voicemail if that's what you want, but you have a live receptionist. You also have a business fax, a business phone. They're live receptionists. They get your mail. Voicemail to text as well. So if you send people to the voicemail or it's after hours, the voicemail to text, the fax, they'll send you your fax via email or fax to, I don't know if they do the fax to text because I've never gotten a text, but they send you your fax via email transcribed, your voicemail transcribed via text. So those are all the things for $99 a month. I don't know if Regis does that. And you can pick a commercial location that actually has offices in there. So if you ever needed to meet somebody at the office, then you can do just like Regis. You can go rent their room, the board room or an actual office. So that's how maybe the differences between Regis. But Regis works almost the same way. They just charge a little more from my experience. All right. Miss Learn and Earn, I'm on there. All right. All set for the newsletter. Excellent. That's right, Eric. You know how to make it happen. Doing the due diligence. Building is all about execution. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the tips whenever you do any investment. You have to do your due diligence. You have to figure out what the playing field really is. Like if you miss those real estate investing, I did part 5. I did 5 parts for real estate investing, Merida, Mexico, or in the Dominican Republic. And then I focused on Dominican Republic. And the reason why is because I gave you all no excuses on why you can't invest in real estate, because in the Dominican Republic, they have pre-construction loans, which aren't even loans. They're doing pre-construction promissory notes where you actually can sign up as long as you give them 5% or 10% down. They'll take payments, no qualifying payments, while they're doing the construction. And some of these, the construction won't be completed until 2022 or late 2021. Meanwhile, you could be paying $300 or $400 or $500 or whatever you need to pay for that portion of your additional down payment you need to do. So that's why it's a good thing. Thank you for mentioning this. Due diligence. That's what you always have to do. Whenever you invest in real estate, assets of any kind, you have to have a reason why you're investing, because your reason is you're trying to make money. So it makes no sense to invest in, I'll use an example. People say, hey, why don't I invest in a rehab? And I say, why? And the reason why I always say why is because that rehab, you're taking on risk now, because now you're going to need money to rehab. And then what happens when you run over or run out of money? Now what? Now you have to do other deals when you could have just said, okay, I'll just go get a property that's already fixed up. I don't have to rehab, but maybe the rehab that you're going to do might be a coat of paint, might be I got to get walls patched up inside or something minor like that. And you're already ready to go, versus doing a full-blown rehab when all of a sudden you find out you have to spend an extra $5,000 that you didn't account for, because that always happens in a rehab. So, all right, Curtis Davis, I'm signed up for the newsletter, ready to go for the 10K. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. I like the fact Opus does 411 phone listing all in one package. Exactly, Curtis Davis. I forgot to mention that. So now when you try to get your lines of credit, Ronald Anderson, if that's the case down the road, you need funding of some sort. The lenders, the underwriters, what do? They go to your website. They call up 411 and say, hey, do you have this XYZ trucking company? And when you say no, okay, they put a line through you. Sorry, can't help. He ain't that serious. And then they're going to ask you, what's your business? Send us your business statements from the last 3 to 6 months. See, that's what's going to happen from the underwriters nowadays, where this is the pandemic. This is a bad economy. Don't be fooled about the stock market. The top 10 percenters own 92% of it. So don't be fooled. The top 10 percenters are well off. The other 90% are the ones that's not so well off as the top 10 percenters. All right. So of course, if the stock market looks good, that's great, but that really only affects like 15 to 20% of the population in America, I'm referring to. So just keep those kind of things in mind. All right. 411, important phone, verifying business vendors. Exactly. Thank you for mentioning that, Curtis Davis. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's how they verify. So you got to make sure you're on point, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to go and apply for something and then get denied, because they're going to have that for the next time you apply. They'll see that you were denied. And then they just might auto-deny you from that point on, saying he doesn't have his stuff together, or she. All right. Where is Melanie Bonita? I'm calling you out now after you done showed up. I'm calling you out now, Melanie Bonita. If you're still here, I'm looking for that link. Come on, drop your link down here in the chat room, because this is going to be in chat forever. Because after this live stream, I actually have the live chat running. It's going to run. So whenever somebody sees this video down the road, they're going to see your link if they're into the video long enough, up to 49 minutes. So hopefully you can drop the link. And by the way, I got to do something that I didn't realize. It's getting kind of dark in here. We got to lighten this up a little bit. All right. So drop that. Let us see it. All right. George Maple. It's got a question. Eric, do you have any knowledge of any problems with the FinBank? Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't, George Maple. Yeah, there has been problems with Chime. People have been missing money. In fact, this is one of the reasons why I've never mentioned Chime, because there have been problems with Chime. So I didn't want to tell people to sign up. For the most part, Chime has been fine, but there's been a few people that their money has been missing, and Chime has been acting kind of funny. So, but with anything, they're a fintech, so they may be able to correct their situation. Robinhood one time had a problem. When the economy went down and they had millions and millions of people trying to sell their shares all at once, there was an issue. But since that time, they said, okay, we gotta get right. So that's what happened. So yeah, Chime is fine as far as I know, but I have heard of issues. So just keep that in mind. And then one day, maybe I'll talk about Chime. I just was waiting because something happened 2-3 months ago from a lot of people. So I was waiting for about another 3-4 months to go by with hearing no issues, no problems. And then I'll talk about Chime at that point. But there's so many others. Just like X1 is on the waiting list. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to boost up your credit, and you want, credit is an asset. A lot of people overlook credit because they're listening to the Ramseys of the world. Credit is an asset. If you have credit cards, if you have a way to have lines of credit, business funding, business credit, you can use your credit to buy assets. And then the assets that you buy pays for the credit that you used. That's how you use credit. That is why it's an asset. So you need to get your credit score up. I have links down below. There's the New Coast. There's My Jewelers Club. There's Ox Publishing. There's Hutton Chase. Discover Secured Card, all down below in the description. I have the new cards, the X1. It's a wait list, but get it down below. I have Tomorrow card, as I call it. There's a wait list for them. Get that down below. The Tomorrow card, you may be able to borrow just by having a 600 credit score and earning $10,000 per month from the myriad of income streams you have, and they'll give you a line of credit. That's simple. A 600 credit score, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new fintech. I know they're not out yet. They're talking crazy like all fintechs are, just like X1 is talking about $100,000. But the same thing holds true. You have to prepare for the future. All right? That is part of investing in yourself. That's in part investing for your future. Always look at what's going to happen next. So if anybody ever has any questions, you know you can always ask questions here. You can always hit me up at Eric@StopStrugglingNow.com anytime. And I'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. I have no issues with that. All right? So if you want to talk about anything, we can. Now, let's get to crypto. All right? Crypto, ladies and gentlemen, you might as well get on board. PayPal has made another statement talking about they're going to try and start doing crypto. By the way, which I did not do, Coinbase. So hold on. Get your free $10. Hold on a second. Let me get this $10 link for you. Get your free $10 worth of Bitcoin. And by the way, Coinbase, I won't be able to sign in real quick, but Coinbase, by the way, is coming out with a debit card, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Crypto is coming out with a debit card. And right now I'm going to go get a link for you, because in the future, give me a few seconds. In the future, you're going to be able to, you can only wait list, but in the future, you're going to be able to use your debit card from Coinbase to withdraw your crypto. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. Quit playing. It's coming. I've talked about this before. I talked about this for many, many months, that it was coming. This is why you got to be on the forefront. Because if you're on the forefront, it's easier for you to adjust. Because if you all of a sudden left America for 2 years and then come back, you're all of a sudden, it's like the Twilight Zone. So much has changed within a short period of time. You're behind the 8 ball. So if you don't already get into the game where you're going to have to deal with digital currency, finding out what a wallet is, like a Coinbase, or a wallet like a BitPay, or a wallet like a Binance. If you don't understand this type of language, then you're going to have a problem adjusting and being able to take advantage of opportunities that's going to come along. So this is the point. You got to know what's going to happen in the future in order to take care of opportunities. And you don't want to miss opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. It's costly. It could change your life. And everybody on this live stream knows it changed my life when I messed up. Because over 11 years ago, I bought $10 worth of Bitcoin when it was under 10 cents a coin. But because I didn't take it seriously, I don't have my key codes. I don't even know where I left that money or who I even bought it from 11 or 12 years ago. So I have over $1 million sitting somewhere that I can't access because I didn't take it seriously. These are the kind of things that you have to think about. So I'm dropping a link down below on Coinbase so you can get your free $10 just by signing up. And this is referral marketing, ladies and gentlemen. When you sign up for Coinbase, then you can refer people to get their free $10 worth of Bitcoin and keep it going. This is pretty easy. This doesn't hurt anybody. You're not spending any money. When you're sitting on Facebook or TikTok or Snap or whatever, why are you sitting there watching and scrolling through that stuff? You could just drop some information down on your LinkedIn or on your Pinterest and tell other people, hey, get your free $10 of Bitcoin. Get your free share of stock with Robinhood and Webull and use your link. This is easy. This is the way of the future. This can't get any easier. Nobody's stopping you. You're only stopping yourself if you're not taking advantage of this extra money that's freely available. All right, so please use my link. I just dropped it down in the description if you want your free $10. All right, let's see what we got here. Curtis Davis, the rumor crypto and MoneyGram coming together replace the SWIFT system. That's correct. That's the ultimate goal. Actually, the government has more goals than that. The real deal is this. If I know the reason why the United States government is talking about digital currency is because now they can be like China. You can be like a communist country. Because if I know you have $100,000 somewhere, which I can see it because it's regulated, and now we're not using dollar bills anymore, so all transactions are on the books, so to speak. So now I send somebody $10,000, the government can see that. Versus if I have $10,000 in cash and I give to my friend, the government can't see that. So this is why ultimately digital currency is going to be a thing. Don't let the governments fool you when they're talking about banning this and all that crap like they've been doing. That's just so they can get in on the market share. They didn't want these guys to get so far ahead that they couldn't catch up. And they wanted to allow the top 10%ers to be able to get some of these companies or be able to invest in some of these coins before they explode. That's the whole reason why for 10 years they all had to say, oh, no, it's no good. It's fake. Warren Buffett, it's fake. It ain't going to be no good. JP Morgan, the Diamond CEO, sitting there telling people, oh, no, it's fake. It's bogus. Yet what does he do? All of a sudden he starts figuring out how he can invest in crypto companies and buying up coins. This is what they do, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want the ordinary citizen to come up like that real fast. So this is why they try to block you at first. I'm not sure why it won't allow me to post it. Oh, that's not good. I thought I allowed everybody to post. Okay, well, all you can do is send me an email to eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. Send your links in my email. I'll try to grab it during this live and I'll post it up for you if you can't. I'll have to double check that. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know I had it turned off where people couldn't put links into the chat room. But I'll look into it. But send me something at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com, and then I'll post it up for you. All right? Okay. Hopefully that helps out. All right. Okay. Google. That's right. Google. Okay. And also, before I get off the Coinbase scenario, you will find out you can sign up for the wait list to get their card, their debit card, which now means you'll be able to use your crypto. Once you do that, you have a whole nother ball game, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, speaking of assets, speaking of investing, you should be investing in crypto. Bitcoin, Bitcash, Ether, all good. And the reason why I like Ether, I've told before. The reason I like Ether is because Ether is using fintech companies like Lind, like YFI. They're on the Ether platform. So that's why I'm bullish on Ethereum right now. I'm bullish on Bitcoin as well. But both. Bitcoin is up to $13,000. Just think in March it was down to around $4,000 a coin. Look at that big upside. And again, if you were sleeping, hopefully you're not going to be sleeping anymore, because you can just buy in $10, $5, $20, $30, $100, $1,000 in crypto at any time. But you got to have Coinbase. You got to have a wallet. We'll start with the Nano Ledger. That's when you take the money out of your wallet online and have it in your pocket. But keep in mind, if you lose that Nano Ledger, you lose your money. So that's the other thing. Coinbase and other companies, Binance and all that online, they can get hacked at any time. This is why there's Nano Ledger. But let's just start with the basics. First, you sign up with Coinbase, get your $10. Then you upload to Coinbase. You can use your debit, credit, ACH to Coinbase. Once you get to Coinbase, then you can buy whichever crypto you want. Well, they have like 10 cryptos now. So I can see here Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Bitcoin. You can buy those plus another XP, XRP, things like that, whatever you want to invest in. But like I said, Bitcoin, Ethereum, number one, number two, I'll take those all day, every day. So those are the kind of things you want to look at. So other assets. Here's some other assets that I don't consider an asset, simply because when I buy precious metals, what are those in reality, right? I'm going to be typing some things. Let's just say I bought 1 ounce of gold. It's $1,900. I spent $1,900 of my cash. This is precious metals. $1,900 of my cash is gone. It's sitting in a black hole as far as I'm concerned. The reason why I say it's a black hole is because unless that gold, an ounce of gold goes up, I don't make any money. I make zero. So the fluctuations, gold was $2,000 an ounce maybe a month and a half ago. Then it dropped to $1,850. Then it started creeping back up to $1,900 an ounce. That's fine. But I'm not making anything while it's sitting over here in a black hole. So what I like to do is I like to go to the stock market and buy things like D as in David, R, D as in David, because at least they give me, that's an ETF. Well, it's a company that does gold, so it's not really an ETF. But the thing is, they give me at least 1 or 2% on my money, or 3% on my money. So I'd rather put it in the stock market and it's liquid. I don't have to go around like I bought it, the gold bar for, well, the gold ounce for $1,900. Now I got to find somebody to sell it to make a profit, if that's my thing. But again, my boy Yankee Stacking, he keeps telling me it's insurance. But I say, no, I don't like insurance like that. Because when I have my stock market under DRD, or B as in boy, T as in Tom, G as in George, BTG, or when I have AUY, these guys are sending me dividend checks every 3 months. Or I can go silver, SIVR, and there's no dividend, but at least it goes with the silver price. So why am I going to put my money in a black hole with the actual precious metals? But don't get me wrong, I do agree with Yankee on this. I would get at least some precious physical metals, because he is right about one thing as far as the insurance goes. If the dollar bill goes to zero and now you need $100,000 bills to buy milk, at least your gold and silver would be the equivalent. So you would actually keep that value, and that's why they call it insurance. So I do agree you should have some, but I don't think it should be over 5% of your portfolio. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying with that. All right. .com. Okay. Let's see what we're talking about. Eric, great movie In Time. Justin Timberlake. They talk about this, how this guy jumped from poor to rich. Exactly. The difference between a promissory note versus dollar bill. Exactly. Promissory note, ladies and gentlemen, used to be that's an actual thing. A lot of people haven't heard of it because this is like 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s talk. You used to be able to give some. This is how this used to be, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the day when they used to have the original real estate gurus, used to be able to get property based on a promissory note. So I used to be able to go down to buy multifamily property. I would walk in with a $1,000 check. Then I could tell the guy, hey, you want $100,000 for that fourplex? I could say, hey, will you take a $25,000 promissory note? And I owe you $75,000, and I'll use the money coming in every month to pay you the $75,000. Back in the day, you used to be able to use promise and IOU as actual cash. So there's my 25% down payment, even though they didn't go like 25% like that, but there's 25% down. Now I do pay him part of what I owe him in a monthly thing, but there's no credit needed, no credit check, no credit score needed. But that kind of went by the wayside because America started acting funny with the money. Because I hate to make it president. In the 1980s, a president, I'll just name Ronald Reagan, he changed the corporate rate down to like 28, 29%. So that meant the top 10 percenters didn't have to pay the same tax for their corporations. So now that meant, where does the money have to come from when you're giving the trillions of dollars? Tax are reduced. That means the taxes have to come from who? You, ladies and gentlemen, you. You have to make up the slack. That's what happened. Sure, it spurred up the economy because the guys, the top 10 percenters, had an extra 50% of taxes money that they didn't have to pay. So, of course, they're out buying yachts, cars, homes, mini homes, all multiples of everything. So it makes it look like the economy is good. Meanwhile, the American citizen is sitting there getting poorer and poorer. That's how it works. And that also meant that the dollar goes down in value. Reaganomics, that's it exactly. You have to understand, people highlight this guy like he was some sort of great economic guy, when in fact, go find out what happened in 1987 and 88 and 86 after they got their tax cuts and the mom and pops such as you and me didn't have the money. We didn't have no money. There was no trickle down nonsense. Now you'll find out there was a recession, and it culminated in 1989, and he had 2 terms. So that's why in 1988, when he was out of office and left all the crap to the next president, that's why there was a recession in 88 and 89, ladies and gentlemen. The same playbook was done by Bush when he did the tax cuts in the 2000s. He got 2 terms. You saw how that turned out before Obama took over and how it all crashed and burned as well 8 years later. And now we have another guy, when he got in office, he did the same tax cut nonsense. And now, 3 years later, we have economic problems. This is why these tax cuts don't work, because they only help the wealthy. They don't help 90% of the population. You end up paying their tax bill, siphoning off your wealth. It's a plan. It's working very good until you come to StopStrugglingNow.com and find out how we do this. We get extra streams of income. We make things happen here. We don't want everybody to be down here in the lower 90%. I want you guys hanging out with me. You know how we do this. All right. That's my rant for the evening about that, because I get all riled up when people are talking about how there's some people that are great presidents who are sitting there basically siphoning off mom and pop's wealth, and they're acting like, thank you, give me some more, yum, yum, give me some more, while their money's being stolen. Come on now, this buffoonery's got to stop. You got to be the CEO of your life. Government's not here to save you. They're only here to take your money. That's why they have an IRS. Come on. Let's go down memory lane. In fact, let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, do you actually know that the United States was built on companies pay taxes? Individuals are not supposed to pay taxes. Come on, get with your history books. This is the history they leave out. Companies and corporations like Nevada, for instance, the state of Nevada is almost like an original United States constitutional state. Though casinos, the businesses pay the tax. The people who live there do not pay tax. That's how it was. The United States was designed. But because you have congressmen, because you have top 1%ers, top 10%ers, and because we have lobbyists, that's basically, let's call it what it is. Okay? Bribery. It's legal bribery. So these guys created tax laws so they can skirt the tax laws and then put those taxes upon the ordinary citizen, which is you and me. But our country constitution isn't even like that. And that's why you hear people say the IRS is not constitutional, because it's not. But the IRS is an agent of the government and they can arrest you. So therefore that makes them a legitimate agency, but they're not really a legitimate agency. All right, just letting you know. So that's it about the history, man. I get riled up because wealth is being stolen every freaking day. And people are sitting here going, okay, here's my money. Here's my money. And I'm sitting here telling you, start a company, get an LLC, so you now can be a subsidiary of the corporation of the United States of America. That's how we do this. You got to be a subsidiary so you can get tax breaks. So you don't have to pay 24% of taxes or 25% in taxes. That's how you got to do this. Don't let them siphon off your wealth for 30 years, 40 years, and then say, hey, you know what? Here's your little $500 a month from Social Security, and here's your pension money. Aren't you happy? Thank you for working 50 years. Now you're old. Now you're trying to go travel the world and have fun. Come on, man. Stop this program. Change the channel and welcome. I'm glad you're here at Stop Struggling Now. Hopefully you can understand what I'm trying to say. That's it, Curtis Davis. That's it. That's it. That's how it all started. They need you to pay for this stuff. Come on, man. Americans, you are paying for the government, as all citizens are in most countries. You are paying for your government, which your government doesn't generate any income for you. It's supposed to be the other way around. They're supposed to generate and make opportunities available for you to create corporations, and then those corporations are the ones that are supposed to be paying the taxes, not the individual person. So when they started doing land tax, like Curtis Davis mentions, to pay for what? Our wars? not ours, but back in the day, Roman Empire. That's why they had to conquer, because they needed more people to pay for their bigger armies. So we got to tax you. Sooner or later, you can't extract money from a turnip. But anyhow, enough with the history lesson. Let's get back to grabbing some assets, ladies and gentlemen. So we're into the crypto. Go get your Coinbase. In fact, make sure I got the link in there again to get your free $10 from Coinbase. And by the way, at Coinbase, you can go study. And when you're studying, they give you free money. So they give you other coins just for studying cryptocurrency. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you log into your Coinbase, and you'll see it at the very top of the screen. So don't forget about that. And please, I always forget after an hour, hit the like button down below, and please smash the subscribe button and click the bell in case you like what you're hearing and like what we're talking about, because this is what we talk about all the time. Not so much the government part. I normally don't do that when I'm doing videos, but we're talking about how you can make money, how you can get streams of income coming in, and how you can invest in different type of assets. That is the name of the game, because who wants to live to be 60 years old and all you have to report to everybody is, I worked 25 years, I got 2 weeks to a month off on vacation, and now I'm sitting here and I'm ill, my hip hurts, my leg hurts, my knee hurts, I got to go to the hospital. Wouldn't it be so much better if you're 35 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, when you're healthy, no issues, and being able to go wherever you want for not only 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but 52 weeks if you wanted to. If you wanted to. Nobody likes to be gone from home 52 weeks, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to stay somewhere, you don't have to ask anybody for permission. So this is why you need the extra streams of income, and this is why you also need to invest, because along the way, while you are 20, 30, 40, 50, you want to be able to invest along the way, so then when you are 60, you're not going to rely on a pension, you're not going to rely on Social Security, because these could be gone after this next fiasco finally plays out. So keep that in mind. This is why we're trying to get those streams of income, and that's why I talk about them quite a bit, because we need those. And in today's marketplace, with the Amazons, with the eBays, with the PayPals helping out, and the fintech companies now coming on board, you should be able to make extra streams of income. Just start slow. And I'm going to give you a little secret. I might be starting a little company that people might like, but it all depends on what's going to happen in the next week. So unfortunately, I can't let the cat out the bag right now. But Melinda Bonita's books. All right, we're set, ladies and gentlemen. We're set. Look at her link down here in the chat. I just posted it up. You can find it. And for everybody who's not down in the chat, you can see, you go Amazon.com/Melanie-Bonita, Bonita, hyphen the letter E, hyphen, all caps, B as in boy, 005, G as in George, E as in Eric, 79, H as in Henry 2, for everybody on podcast. That's how we do it. Go see what she's got, devotional books, help her out. That's how we do it here. All right, let's go. We got John Baldry. What it do, E? John Baldry, a member of the channel with that nice icon next to your name. Thank you so much, man, for being a member of the channel and supporting the channel. I humbly appreciate that support. Thank you. All right. That's right. That's right, Miss Learn and Earn. That's right. Get some free crypto by just studying up. They have it in their back office now. Curtis Davis, money is debt. Crypto is becoming part of the debt system. Exactly. Hence all the benefits and purchase power of the dollar bill. Exactly. Exactly. And so now the fintechs and everybody else has come out with the crypto. I knew this was going to happen. In fact, I mentioned about crypto about 2 months ago when I said I was wondering how come Coinbase doesn't have a debit card, because all the fintech companies are trying to do what Coinbase already has. Coinbase already has people. They already have a wallet. So all they ever had to do was get a debit card or a credit card. And now they can already go into how much a person is holding in their crypto account. They can allow loans against it. So I was like, why didn't they already have this done? But hey, it takes fintechs to come out, because now Coinbase is going, oh my God, we're behind the 8 ball, because everybody's going to put their money into Salt Lending, One Deck. They're going to put their money into Tomo. They're going to give it to somebody else. So all of a sudden, Coinbase rushes out and says, we got a wait list for a debit card. Isn't that funny how it works? They don't want to miss out, because you guys got to understand, if you are Coinbase, the owners of Coinbase, you're the owners of Robinhood. Robinhood's another one. Robinhood and Webull, I'm still waiting for them to come out with their debit cards. The reason why I say that is because once you have assets such as a hedge fund, as a Wall Street firm like Goldman Sachs and things like this, once you have assets, you can borrow against those assets. So when you have $20 billion under management, you can go get a $3 billion loan from somebody. That's how the 1%ers keep getting more and more wealthier. And that's the bottom line to this story and the economic system in America. In fact, this is how Europe is as well, because these are the two places that you have central banking. So you have to keep in mind, who do you want to be? Just think about it. You want to be a top 10%er with the assets. And the assets are crypto, real estate. These are assets, stocks. You can borrow against your stocks already. They're just calling it margin. All right. And now there's new companies like Wealthfront, which I don't have a link down below. But Wealthfront, for instance, you put your stocks with Wealthfront, you'll be able to get lines of credit borrowed against your stock. Not even a margin. They've come out. The first 5,000 with Wealthfront, they have no fee. But when you go over $5,000, then they start charging you a management fee. That's how it works. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here this evening. All righty. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Melanie Bonita. They're on the stream. And again, after this video posts up, it'll always be on this stream. So anybody who listens to this video will always be able to click on that link. All right. Saw something about Miami. I agree. Let's see. I agree. That's why I'm in Miami looking at the water now. That's right. Those streams of income allow you to be chilling wherever you want. That's it exactly. Allow you to be kicking back. All right. You're welcome for the sharing of the books. No problem. That's what we try to do here. We're trying to help everybody. That's why I'll answer any of the questions. If somebody has products or services they want to share, I have no problem with sharing that. That's why you can go to the Stop Struggling Now Facebook channel group, the Stop Struggling Now group on Facebook, and that's where you're allowed to post links to whatever business or service or offer you could have. I'll review it. Sometimes I have people spamming, but don't spam. Just post some legitimate, and I'll allow it. I won't erase it. All right, Charlie, crypto, real estate, stocks, yes. That's it. That's all you need to do. And streams of income. And now you have streams of income that you can use to invest in more assets. See how it works? So when you only have one stream of income, like earned income, which is from a W-2, you don't have many other sources. So if you made $5,000 a month, and after you pay your expenses, you have $1,100, $1,500 left over, that would be all you would have to invest. But if you had an extra 3 streams of income that each earn $600 a month, Now you can use all of those extra streams of income to invest. And now it's not even your own money that you're working for to invest. See, that's what time is money. Just keep that in mind. And once again, Charlie, if I didn't say it before, I noticed the icon next to your name. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I appreciate you being here once again on a Friday evening when a lot of people are out there popping bottles instead of investing, wasting $200, $300, $400 so they can be in the VIP at the club tonight, instead of putting that money to work down the road where they could be earning $10, $20, $30 a month from that little foray they went to tonight, the little soiree. All right? I talk about this every Friday night because like it used to be when I was growing up, Friday night, just got paid, party bumping. Yeah, I was out there popping bottles myself. I can't say I wasn't. But at the same time, I had streams of income coming in. I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I can go wherever I wanted. So that's why I could do it. I don't advise just doing it. If you're not investing in anything, then you shouldn't be out popping bottles. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to get at least one of those properties in Punta Cana too and rent them out. Good idea. Exactly, Melanie. That's the plan. And you can see anybody can do it. That's what's so beautiful about it. This isn't limited to anybody. As long as you have some income or a down payment, you can almost get half of those properties don't require any credit check. They're just willing to give you payment plans. It's incredible. Opportunity knocks. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I chose Punta, Dominican Republic is this. Even though I talked about Merida, which is a hot spot too. But the reason why I did talk about Dominican Republic is because if you don't know, Dominican Republic is the #1 tourist destination. Up until 2017, it was the Dominican Republic. They had over 6 million tourists a year visiting the Dominican Republic, #1 in the Caribbean. In fact, #1 in Latin America. What happened in 2018 was those deaths from American tourists. Remember that? So what happened, I'll give you a recap of what happened with this pre-construction. So because they were the #1 destination up until 2017, they started doing pre-construction on condos and homes. And they said, wow, we have a gold mine over here. Then as 2018 played out, people started dying, the tourists. And that's when they said, oh my God, we started building all this stuff. We have all these great deals. And then people stopped coming to Dominican Republic and also didn't want to buy anything there. So in 2018, when they started these projects, they were gung-ho. It was great. But now they only have like 4 million, 3.5 million people that have come there over the last each year. And this year, even less. So all those projects that normally they would have had 100% sold out, they're not sold out. So this is why you have an opportunity. And that's why they're taking 5% down. We'll take a promissory note and during construction, and we'll allow you to make monthly payments during construction. The construction is not going to be complete for 12 to 24 months. But now they have their paper that says it's taken and it's sold. That's how you got to think about it. So this is what's happening. So now what's going to happen is, as we come out of this pandemic, the property values are actually suppressed right now. They're actually lower than what they should be. So when the economy comes back right, give it a year, year and a half, what's going to happen? People are going to start traveling back to the Dominican Republic. And now, like Melanie said, we have condos that we're going to rent on Airbnb and Flipkey and HomeAway and VRBO, because you can link your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. If I haven't said this before, you can be on all those platforms and you can use your iCal calendar, which they provide for you. And all you have to do is give your iCal calendar to each platform. And then when one platform is reserved, that shows reserved on all the other platforms. A little secret on how I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on Airbnb and I make money on VRBO, and I make money on HomeAway, and I make money on FlipKey. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why I will be seeing Melanie Bonita maybe one day accidentally in the Dominican Republic. But if she hangs out in Punta Cana, the odds of me seeing her, well, from her video, let's see. Let me see you again. Melanie Bonita. In case I see you, I got to know what you look like. But you'll know about it because I'll be streaming from Punta Cana. So one of these days I'll be over in Punta Cana hanging out, and people will know about it because I'll be hanging out. I'm not going to fly over there and leave in 3 days. So I'll be streaming from Punta Cana one of these days. And in fact, I plan on going over there within the next 2 months. I just haven't figured it out yet because I'm dealing with this $10,000 trade line. I want to help these guys get up and operational because I'm kind of a little more involved in it than I've been letting on. So I want to get that started. And I have another thing. If I can see the owners and I want to see them face to face, and I got to talk to them about another little side deal I want to do. And the side deal will be a money-making venture for Stop Struggling Now members. I'm thinking about calling it SSN Life, but we'll see if I can make it work and see what they say. I need their help. So if it happens, it happens. And then we're going to start a business and we're going to be making some money, some other money. So it'll be another stream of income. All right. Let's see. We got some more. Oh, here we go now. I travel once a month to write more books by the author, Melanie Bonita. I love the way you talk, and she definitely has the streams of income, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not mad. This is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. She's doing what you should be doing. She's writing books by the water. And by the way, Melanie Bonita, I've been telling people this for a while. You guys don't understand. If she's writing books and she's considered a writer now because she's written more than one, more than two, can you imagine? In fact, hold on here. Let me go look. Can you imagine flying over to the Dominican Republic, and it costs from, if you're in Miami, okay, it's going to cost around $300 round trip. You go over there, you're writing a book, you're considered a writer, that's your business. You are sitting by the beach. You get to do a tax write-off for the airfare. If it costs me to stay there, or if I own a condo there, then I get to take off portions of my room, the square footage based on the overall square footage of the property. If I'm in a room, I get to write that off in taxes because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're an American citizen, no matter where you make money, you got to pay taxes. The same thing works in reverse. No matter where I'm at, if I own something there, I get to write it off in my taxes, no matter what. So when I'm sitting by the water, ordering me my rum and coke, Cuba Libre, some of that could be a write-off, especially if I'm sitting next to a writer. And we're talking business. Now I got a business write-off. That's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you want to have an LLC. This is why you want to be in business, because you never know what's going to be a write-off. So when we have a business meeting on the island, that's a write-off. Portions of it can be a write-off. Come on. My Uber, my Lyft, my whatever, those could be write-offs. My tips that I leave for the waiter and waitresses, those could be write-offs. Think about it. All right. All right. Curtis Davis dropping me something. There's a tech credit union where if you have a minimum 50,000 stock portfolio, they let you start. Yes. Thank you, Curtis Davis. We got to get this tech credit union. He just dropped a gem. This is what I'm talking about. This is what it's coming to, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day. This is the time that you have to start thinking about your future. You need money in crypto stocks. You will be able to get lines of credit like a VIP used to, like a top 10%er used to, when you used to have 250,000, 500,000, 100,000 in the bank and have your own private banker. Fintechs, credit unions, they're all going to allow people that are having 50,000, 10,000, 20,000 in crypto or stocks, and they're going to give you lines of credit. And those lines of credit usually are going to be well lower than getting hard money, 10%, 11%, 12%. So you got to think about that. But thank you for dropping that gem, Curtis Davis. Appreciate it. I'm going to look into that tech credit union. Thank you. I'm going to get at least one of those properties in Punta Cana too and rent them out on Airbnb. Exactly. Mars Day. Was this a smear story about DR, the deaths? No, it was legit. It was people drink alcohol, and unfortunately, some of the alcohol was tainted. That's what the toxicology report came back as. And then a couple of the deaths were actually truly accidental. But you're right; it turned into a smear campaign because they were the largest. They had the largest amount of tourists, and the other islands took advantage. So they made it seem like some of the local people were actually trying to kill tourists. So that's how they kind of did that. So it ended up being a smear campaign. That's right, Curtis Davis. You know how to do it too. People traveling, cash flowing, wealth accumulated. That's the name of the game. And by the way, I call assets. A lot of people don't call assets what I call assets. I call streams of income assets. People don't look at it that way because that is an asset in itself. If you know you have $500 a month, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $5,000 a month coming in from an extra stream of income that you didn't have to work for, that is an asset because you get to use that money however you want. And usually you use that to buy more assets. But all I'm saying is you didn't have to work for it. So let me go look at Melanie Bonita's books. My goodness, woman, you have a ton of books. Kindle editions. And by the way, if you have Amazon Prime, they give you a Kindle account for free for like 30 days. So you can actually check out her books, and then you can go over here and buy some if you don't have the Kindle edition. Oh, we even have some more down here. My goodness, woman, you've been putting in work. Whoa, moments of motivation, daily dose. Oh my. I might need one or two or three or four of these books myself. Okay. Well, now we're going to have the Melanie Bonita talk. Every live stream, I might have to give one of your little moments of motivation, if you don't mind. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I'll put the link down again. In fact, I don't know why I didn't do this. Hold on a second. Let me show you guys. This woman's been putting in work. She's been modest with us. Look at this. Let me show you this, ladies and gentlemen. This woman's been putting in work. My goodness. She's been modest. I can see now. She's walking the walk, talking the talk, and putting in work. Look at this. You can go over here and order. The link is in the chat room. I'll drop the link after I come off of scrolling through the page. Look at this. Daily dose of decisions, moments of motivation, daily dose of direction for women in business, 90-day journey to direct and guide women in business to succeed. Right on. Daily dose of divine inspirations for mothers. Oh my, daily dose of determination. Series book 1, series book 3. Go ahead, Melanie Bonita. I love it. Great job. I love that. Great job, woman. Excellent work. Excellent. All right. Let me drop it again. Here goes the link again, ladies and gentlemen. Go over there and grab a couple of her books. They're cheap. They're inexpensive. No popping bottles. And guess what? Investing in yourself also leads to income generation down the road. So something that she has in those books can motivate you, could help you think of a few things. She had success secrets even, or a guide to success. These are the kind of things, inexpensive books. You have to read sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a different perspective from somebody else. Awesome. Me too. I'll be streaming from Punta Cana too. Melody Bonita, I love this woman. She's got it already down. I love what she's talking about. When you stream from Punta Cana, that means I'm doing business. More tax write-offs. Even if I'm staying at the hotel, I get to write off a night or two of my hotel because this is my business. This is my office right now. I'm paying for it to be here, and I'm doing work. I love it. I love it. Good job. Thank you. I forgot I had a Coinbase account. I just got my password, going to start funding it and purchase some crypto. Ronald Anderson, welcome. Thank you, man. That's the way to do it. All you got to do is start small, start large, however you feel comfortable with it. But you got to start so you're in on the program because, like I said, Bitcoin was just 9,000 just a month ago. It's up to 13,000. Why? Because the pandemic's getting worse. The European Central Bank, guess what? They said they're going to throw out some more stimulus money. The United States government clearly is going to throw out more stimulus money. It's just a matter of when, not if. So this is why you got to get yourself some crypto and get yourself some, whether it's ETFs with gold and silver or the actual physical gold and silver. That's what you have to do. Charlie, also, all right, ladies and gentlemen, right on, right on. That's it. Curtis Davis, consultation fee and business conducted. Exactly. When you're a consultant, when you're the host of Stop Struggling Now, I'm consulting. That's how you do it. Easily. IRS can audit me all they want to. It's legit. They can't do nothing about it. Thank you for telling me about the debit card. I don't mind at all. Ronald Anderson, thank you for telling me about debit card. The debit card's not out yet. You're going to have to sign up for the wait list. But you might as well get on the wait list now because you want to have it. Especially if the Bitcoin, now let's get real, Bitcoin blows up to $20,000, $30,000 a coin and you're into it and you have something, you never know what's going to happen. People bought homes with their Bitcoin. Cars, homes, and not cheap stuff either. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, down in the chat, I scrolled through Melanie's Amazon channel. In fact, I'll put it up again. You can see here, that's her Amazon. Plenty of books to help you out, improve your life, whether it's mentally, spiritually. She's got you. Check her out. All right? So just saying, we got to help out each other around here. Any entrepreneurs, you want to help out other entrepreneurs. All right? That's the name of the game. All right. Curtis Davis giving a shout out as well. Nice books, Empower Women in Business. You know what's funny? I like how she does have it. She's a woman and she says she helps women in business. How many men are going to order that book? Because I'm telling you right now, different perspectives sparks a different mindset. Sometimes what somebody else is thinking can help you out with your business idea. So see, that's one of the books I'm going to get even though I'm not a woman. Because a woman might have a different point of view on something. And all of a sudden there's a little twist I'll think about, oh my God, I could be implement something that she put in there. These are the kind of things you got to think of. Invest in yourself. Invest in your mind. Stimulus money coming to me now. Charlie, that's right. That's right. Uh-huh. That's it. Your network determined net worth. That's it exactly. That's it exactly. Think about this. How many people know somebody, even people watching right now and who are going to watch this in the future, how many of you have went out there and said, you know what, I'm going to pay some guru $500, $250, $1,000 to go attend a webinar or go to an online course or something like that. The reason why is because you wanted to invest in yourself. You wanted to learn something that you may not have known and that you can use at your advantage to make money, to get streams of income more than likely. How many times, how many people have failed? Again, that would be like 90% of people fail. That's the norm. Only about 10% of people ever succeed because why? They don't give up. And that's the name of the game. Do not give up. Whether you're investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, crypto, real estate, or yourself, don't ever give up. Your life is a long journey, especially if you get to live a long life, because what you're doing at 25, you're not going to do at 45. What you're doing at 45, you're not going to be doing at 55 or 75. You got a long journey ahead of you. It's a lot easier when you have money coming in. Just think about it. All right. If anybody has any questions, let me know. And if you haven't hit the link, hit the like button down below, please do. Smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please hit the subscribe button down below and click the bell after you do that. So then you get, well, unfortunately, only about 1,900 people out of the 7,500 subscribers will receive a notification. That's just how YouTube is. I can see it in the background now. So that's why if you also want to sign up with the newsletter, I now send out emails whenever I do new videos, because they don't send out all subscribers the update. All right. Typo, how fine those women are in the Dominican Republic. Ronald Anderson, let me put it to you another way. Yes, on every island in the Caribbean, your statement's going to hold true. You don't have to go to the Dominican Republic to find beautiful women. They're in America. They're in Dominican Republic. They're in Puerto Rico too. They're in Venezuela. They're in Colombia. They're in Panama. They're everywhere. That is never a problem. Oh. But don't mess around. Hey, man, look, let's get real here for a minute for all the gentlemen that's going to act crazy when they go to Punta Cana. Let's get crazy. Let's talk for real. Dominican Republic is almost a third world country. It's a developing nation, but it's a third world country in reality. So what do you have over there? You have what every third world country has. You have trafficking and sex. All right? This is an adult programming, but I'm not going to talk about anything other than this. So now you have, I'll say you have Americans go over there and they see a woman wink at them. They see a woman smile at them. And all of a sudden they go talk to the woman. Beware, gentlemen. All women are not created equally. In Dominican Republic, that woman could be in the sex trade. What that means is the fact that she's merely sitting there with you could mean a contract. And when she says, I want $100 because my time is worth $100, and you act like, what are you talking about? And she calls the cops and you're getting hemmed up, don't tell anybody, but I'm warning you right now. Don't play around like that. It's not what you think. All right? In the sex trafficking areas, a woman sitting with you, eating with you, just because she's cute, you could be part of an IOU. And guess what? Police ain't coming to bail your ass out either. You're going to get hemmed up. If you start arguing and acting crazy, they're going to call the police. Then you're going to have to go down, and then you're going to have to tell them, hey, look, I was just having lunch with her. I was having dinner, and they're going to look at you like you do know you owe her money for her time. I'm just giving you warnings, man. For all those people who don't get out the country that often, Don't be playing around in third world countries. They have different rules. This ain't like America. All right. So just something to think about. Just giving you a warning right now. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. All right. Can a person uninsurable if they own too many assets? You're always insurable. They'll take your money. But there also comes a point when, what do you need insurance for when you have a trust? You have your assets in a trust, can't be touched. You have revenue coming in. What do you need insurance for? In reality, you already have revenue coming in. Why are you going to pay insurance for you already have assets? That makes no sense. All right. At least that's the way I look at it. Other people may have a different point of view, but that's how I look at it. Bro, tell me about stock markets after I sort myself out a Malibu and Coke. Darius Stone. That's how we do it, man. Captain Morgan and Coke with some lime. That's how we do it around here. All right. Well, here's what you do first. T as in Tom. You get yourself maybe 1, 2, 3 shares or 10. It doesn't matter because you're going to get 7.5% on your money if you buy today or tomorrow or Monday. 7.5% on your money every year. How do you like that? For every stock you hold in AT&T, which the letter T is in Tom, they send $2.08 a year in dividends. Now, if you want something a little more exciting, how about 13% on your money? Prospect Capital, P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E, C as in Charles, and they give you a dividend every month. I'm glad he mentioned that. I am glad you mentioned that. There you go, PSEC, as Curtis Davis has mentioned. Thank you so much. Got to go do my 9:30 YouTube live stream. Right on, Melanie. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing your books and your knowledge and your information. Have a nice thing on your live stream, and I'm sure some people will go over there and check it out because I'm going to end the live stream shortly. So we'll be checking out your live stream, and I'm already up to almost 2 hours here. So we're going to talk about PSEC, as Curtis Davis mentioned. So that is a stock that you get a dividend every month. And they give you 6 cents every month. Basically 72 cents a year. The stock only costs $5. There you go. 13% on your month. 5 goes into 72. What is that? At least 13, right? Yeah, 14. 14% on your money at $5 right now. There you go. There's 2 right there. I own over 10 dividend stocks. All right. Curtis Davis about to share. He got Microsoft, MSFT, Walmart. I don't know Walmart's code. VZ, T as in Tom, AMT, CCI. That's right. There you go. Darius Stone, there goes some more for you. And I'll give you another one. GOOD, which is good. They're also around 10% on your money. They issue you a dividend stock every month. There you go. There goes some more gems for you. And if you want to get crazier, we have more. All right. Like I said, gold, which has Nokia, because their stock is down around $3 right now, is almost 6% on your money from Nokia, which is in the 5G space. They issue dividends every 3 months. Nokia is NOK. All right. Glad to hear this, Miss Learn and Earn. So that means you got notice if you have Robinhood. I think it was Robinhood. You got notice that the dividend for PSEC was paid out this month. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So, yeah, I love PSEC. $5, 14%, 13% on my money. I can only laugh. Oh my God, Miss Learn and Earn, she's collecting. Fro, which is only like $7, gives out like $2 a year in dividends. It's crazy. It's almost like 20 to 30% on your money, and I'm hoping Fro stays forever. Nat, Fro is FRO, ladies and gentlemen, in case you see this on the podcast. Nat, NAT, also gives 10 to 15% on your money, and that's a tanker, Nordic American Tanker Company, when they have to store all that oil. It has to go somewhere. When you have extra oil, it goes to tankers, and Nat is actually down right now. That's right. It's all our faves. AUY. That's right. All of our faves. That's right, Darius. Hopefully that helps you out, man. There's a few right there. And they all issue you dividends, whether it's monthly or every 3 months. So some of us getting dividend checks every month, because when you have GOOD, you get it every month. When you have PSEC, you get dividends every month. When you have DRD, BTG, AMT, T, when you have all these kind of companies, you're getting those checks every 3 months. And not every 3 months coincides. Some is coming every 3 months, could be like February, April, September, December, something like that. Then the next one starts in January, then May, then they're offset. So you have a dividend check, and you want to reinvest your dividends if you're with Robinhood. If you're with Webull, get your free link, get your free share of stock down below in case you just joined us. I have links in the description. Webull and Robinhood giving everybody free share of stock just for signing up. Webull gives you extra 2 or 3 extra stocks when you deposit $100 or more right now up until today or tomorrow. I don't know what the promotion was. But anyhow, F is in Frank. Oh my, one main. MFA, One Main Financial. That's right. Curtis Davis just found out. George Maple also threw in a gem. NRZ. And ladies and gentlemen, and Darius, look at this. The ones we were mentioning, like NRZ, DRD, AUY, FRO, PSEC, NAT, all that is NRZ. They're all under $10 a share. So they're affordable for everybody. That's the beauty of it. Mrs. Learn and Earn, been paying attention, guys. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And I'm very happy to hear this, because all it takes is just a change of your mindset in a couple of years. And the next thing you know, you're looking at your account, your stock portfolio, and going, I'll be damned. I had extra money all along. Now I got thousands in here, and I didn't have to work for those thousands. It's beautiful. All right, Curtis Davis throwing in some more love. Wendy's, NRZ, YYY. The letters, YYY. N as in Nancy, RZ. That's right. That's exactly right. Miss Learn and Earn, BTG, exactly. Another precious metals play. Exactly. She put in the BTG. I received dividends from BTG in the last 7 days as well. Hell, I've received dividends from everybody all the time. I don't really care. I just reinvest it. Because I have most of my stuff on the Robinhood app. I have stuff in Webull, but Webull doesn't reinvest dividends. My E-Trade does reinvest dividends. But it's okay. I just take the cash out of my Webull and reinvest it myself. Just have to do it the old-fashioned way. All right. FRO. I love FRO. I hope nothing happens to those guys, because they're issuing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, F is in Frank. That is Ford. There you go, Darius. Ford is up to about $8. Just a few weeks ago, it was like $5, $6. They moved up. Why? Because Ford came out with the Hummer EV, and they came out with the F-150 EV. And by the way, if you don't know, Ford sells the #1 truck is the F-150. And when they change it into a hybrid and electric vehicle, they have now entered the electric vehicle space. And now they brought back the Hummer, which is the GE product. So think about all this. GE popped up too, because they're in the EV space. You didn't think they were going to let Tesla get that far ahead, did you? That's right. Mrs. Lerner saying thank you all. That's right, because Curtis Davis, Joshua Felder, George Maple, and others have always dropped gems every live stream every Friday so everybody can learn some of these nuggets. And then all you got to do is just download Robinhood, Webull, or use your favorite E-Trade, Schwab, Ameritrade, whoever you want to use to trade your stocks. Buy these stocks, and then before you know it, you kind of get excited when you see free money coming into your account. You're thinking, man, what if I would have had $200,000 in here instead of just $1,000 or $2,000? Changes your mindset. Curtis Davis, Ford is doubled. That's right. We've been talking about Ford for 6 months. People thought it was still going down, fluctuating a little. They weren't doing anything. Well, just like NIO, N-I-O, back in March, we were talking about it then when it was only $4 a share, and now it's up to 20-some dollars. Just like that. That's right. Oh, yeah, Ford is bringing out the Mustang EV. That's right. Ford is talking about a Mustang electric truck. That's it. The Ford EV is coming. George Maple, which airline do you bet? I don't. George Maple, personally, I don't have any money on any airline at the moment. None. I had AAL, Delta. I have none right now, only because as long as this pandemic goes, I can't bet on anybody right now because these guys are losing money. If they don't get that bailout money, some of these guys are going down. And that's what the whole thing is. They haven't been given that $30 billion yet. They've been laying people off, cutting their airlines. In fact, if you take American and Delta and United, people would know you're getting your flights delayed and canceled. And they don't mind about you staying overnight without giving you a hotel room. This is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not betting on any airline right now, but let's put it this way. Let's go on the other side of this. Let's talk about, let's say the pandemic starts to subside, which it's not, but in a month or two, let's say it starts to subside and airlines, then Delta would be the first one I would go for. Only reason why is because their balance sheet is in better position than most other airlines. Southwest Airlines, LUV, would be another bet because the way they purchase their planes and how they've always kept their planes up, they only have a certain size of plane. They don't have these Airbuses, 757, 787s, and all this Dreamline. They don't do all that. They only service basically one design, and they're reliable and energy efficient. So that would be LUV would be another. Delta would be one. LUV would be another. Hopefully I answered your question, George Maple. Thank you for asking. Been holding F for a while, as you should, Miss Learn and Earn. I'm holding F for life. F hasn't even given out dividends in past, 9-10 months because of the pandemic. Hold on, I got to get myself some water because we're all at the 2-hour mark. Please hit the like button down below. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. All right? Yeah, Ford, they don't issue dividends anymore, but I guarantee you this. Once they sell their F-150 and the other electric vehicles, and once they start designing newer cars, their stock prices are going to increase because now they're into the new economy. What people don't know is on the down low, Ford, they actually have something to do with autonomous driving. People don't realize this. So when they bounce back up, they're going to be issuing out their dividends again. And we'll all be sitting pretty, especially whoever bought the shares at $5 each, $5.50, $6 each. That's crazy. I'm holding forever. I'm holding Ford forever. You're welcome, George Maple. Yep, I'm holding. In fact, I'm not selling anything that if you have subscribed to the channel and became a member, those who have icons next to their name, there's a community tab. When you come to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, there's a community tab. I leave messages only for members of the channel whenever I buy stocks. And for everybody that's seen those messages, members that have seen those messages, I have not sold any of those stocks. One reason is because, as I mentioned earlier in the previous hour, your capital gains when you sell your stock under 1 year old. Like I bought it, let's say October 30th last year, and I sold my stock before October 30th. I owe 25% on any gains of that stock. Now, if I bought the stock October 30th last year and then I sell the stock November 1st, that's over 1 year. Now I only owe 15% on my profit. That's a huge difference. So I haven't sold anything right now. I did sell stuff earlier this year, but I'm not selling anything ever since about July or June, somewhere in there, maybe even sooner. I think it was April. Ever since then, it's a hold strategy because all these companies, I believe we bought at the right price. So when I got the Fords, when I had the Neos, when I added these type of companies, when I got like CCL, when it was at $4, all those I'm holding. Why would I get rid of them? Because they were all purchased at the right price. So we're going to let this baby ride. So that's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. And we were on live streams talking about it 6 months ago. We were giving out the gems then. People in the chat were giving up the gems as well. And everybody who was not here and not paying attention to the live streams missed out on 40, 50, 100, 200, 3. How would you have liked to have bought Neo when it was $3.50 and now it's at like 21 or almost $30 a share now? I mean, that's 10 times on your money. That's crazy. Come on. There's other stuff that has happened since then too. When JP Morgan was under 100, when LVGO, when Curtis Davis came on and told us about it, it was $95 during that live stream. It's up to around 130 right now. We're talking about 6 months, 5 months, 4 months different, these swings. So we're talking about a whole bunch of things that you could learn on these live streams and when I do my own, the shorter videos. All right, Corey Kwan, welcome to the live stream. Oka, reality in reality income. Okay, I'm the letter O is reality income is my favorite dividend stock. All right, Corey Kwan, thank you for the plug on O. But Corey, check out PSEC. P as in Paul, S as in Sam, EC, Prospect Capital, or for that matter, NRZ, for that matter, NLY. Oh, hold on. Let me give a few more. NLY, ABR, PSEC. Go check those out. If you love O, wait till you see the dividend percentage these guys are giving out. And for less. By the way, their stocks cost less than O. Oh, speaking of another one, oh my God, I can't remember the stock symbol. I think here it is, AGNC. Is that what it is? Let's go look. I think this is it. Yep, this is it. Here we go. We're going to get into stocks. Check this one out. There you go. Look at this. AGNC, 10.31% dividend. Now I'll go check it out. I know what he's talking about. O. Here's O. Look at this. O is $57, Corey, and it's only 4.85% at the $57 price. So here's what I'm talking about. PSEC. Here's PSEC. 14.55%. Look at that. It went under $4.95. I guess I'll be buying some more on Monday. So PSEC. Let me show you something else. ABR. Let me show you ABR. Arbor Realty Trust. Look at this. 10.49%. All this is double. And O is $57. Look at all that. Double. And then I already had in AGNC on here, right? AGNC is 10% as well. Double O. Okay, NLY stock. Check it out. 12%. And they're only $7. All these are $11 or less, and they give you 10% or more on your money, with PSEC giving you a dividend every month. So hopefully that helps you, Corey. Get into some of the other stuff. Hopefully that helps you out. You're welcome, man. Thank you for being here on the live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the question. Let's go. IPSN, growth stock. All right. IPSN, I'll take that. Oh, Curtis Davis. Curtis Davis, how can I forget, man? Hold on a second. Hold on. I forgot about something. Curtis Davis and I talked offline. I can't get IPSN up. Curtis Davis and I talked via email, and he mentioned MoneyGram, which is very interesting. MoneyGram stock. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. MoneyGram. $5.15. MoneyGram, along with Western Union, they already have a built-in infrastructure where people can pick up money and send money. What happens when these guys turn on their crypto? When they're going to take crypto to send people money instead of having to come down to their office? They already have infrastructure in place, and they already have the lines in place to send information back and forth. So shouldn't they be in the crypto space? Is $5.15 worth to buy MoneyGram? I think so. I think so. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I clicked it off to the live stream, but it's okay. We're still going to come back with it. All right. We were on LPSN. Live person. That's what we were talking about. If I can get back to it, I lost it. All right. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong screen and got disconnected. All right, let's go back to live person stock. Let's see, where are we here with the live person? All right, there we go. Live person. There we go. Zoom is a thing. Dropbox, DBG is a thing. That's memory and storage. You're going to need it. Okay, they're at around $20 a share right now. Live person is like Zoom. Obviously, that's an upside. They're only $53. Let me show you guys something. Here's the funny part. You want to know how crazy this is? Here's the Zoom stock price. All right? That's how crazy this is. So if you don't think live person has an upside, then that's your prerogative. But I have to think I will be spending money on live person stock. All right. Let's see. Lee Dennis, you're welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you again. I appreciate you being here and giving us love and support. All right. Let's go back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're up to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Money with MJ. Welcome to the live stream. JMIA. Exactly. Look, let me do something. I'll do 6 months. Members of the channel, this is what happens. I sent this out to members of the channel 4 or 5 months ago that I was buying JMIA. People were like, what the heck? He's crazy. Excuse me. He's crazy. At the time, it was only like $5. Now look, it's $14.90, almost $15, almost 3 times the money. Yeah, it was around $5. That's all I remember. I didn't get it at $4 or $3.98. It was somewhere around $5. So it went up to $18 a few days ago, and now it's dropped back down to 14. Still a huge upside. Thank you for mentioning that, Money with MJ. Appreciate it. That is an awesome one. Africa got next. That's right. Long-term winner. Exactly. That's what I got it for, too. I'm not selling JMIA. Well, I can't sell it. I got in like $5. So I have no reason to sell it. I'm staying for life. All right. George Maple, what hard information do you look for when deciding a stock? George Maple, you would not believe it. Okay, I don't look at the technicals, as people say. I don't look at how much cash. Well, I'll put it this way. I'll look at how much cash a company has. I'll look and see if they have revenue. But to me, I make it easier. For me, it's easier. I go by new technologies that are coming out. I look at what America uses, because to me, it's more important than what the 90% of people use. So if I know autonomous driving is coming out, then I look for autonomous companies. Then I look for the software. Who's got that? If I know that electric vehicles are coming out, then I find out who's making electric vehicles and what their capabilities are. So when NIO already has electric vehicles in China, they're blocked from coming to the USA, and they already have a battery that they can change in 3 minutes. You drive onto a platform, you change your battery, and you're out in 5 minutes. To me, that's a technological advancement. Meanwhile, the Tesla guy is plugging his vehicle in because he needs longer range than 700 miles, and you're waiting 30, 45 minutes. Sure, that's why I got Blink, BLNK, because they help with the EV and charging. So I got a double thing here. I go with NIO because they sell in China, and one of these days they're going to be all over the place. And I have Tesla, and I have Blink, and I have Plug because they do hydrogen stuff. So I look for what's coming out up the road. 5G companies. So I don't have to worry about technicals when I know what's going to come down the pike. Now, if you started saying, hey, I want to invest, try to find a hidden gem, like, for instance, a Dropbox. Okay, I think they're DBG is their stock symbol. Let's go look at it. DBG, for instance. Right? No, it's not them. I got to go with Dropbox stock. Dropbox stock. Let's see what we got. It's DBX. Sorry about DBG. I don't know what I was thinking about. Dropbox is $18.20. Look at this. They're all over the map. Now, technically, if you look at Dropbox, you would find out they have cash flow coming in and they have an upside. So that would be one of those stocks that I actually technically looked at, because what do you have? Microsoft has cloud. Apple has cloud. They use different versions of like a Dropbox. How much is their company's worth based on their storage capacity? And there you have Dropbox, who's one of the cheapest ones in the whole place. So I'm investing in DBX, for instance. That's how I determine the technicals on like a DBX, because I know that they have X amount of storage capacity, right? So that's how we do it. Now, 5G play that I mentioned earlier, NOK. Look at this. This is Nokia. They're down to $3.37. I'm not even looking at technicals. I don't even care if they are profitable or not. All I know is they're into the 5G market spot. They've been around over here, you can see, since 1865. I'm sitting there like, and they're not really an American company. So I'm like, they have all of Europe to do. They still have USA, and they're in the 5G. So I'm sitting there like at $3.37. It's worth it to me to buy their shares of stock. And not only that, while I'm holding it for the upside, they're sending me dividends at 3.33% at this price. So that's how I'm buying the NOK. So hopefully that answers your question. But I don't really do technicals like the normal technical guys do. Because if you do technicals, then that means you would have missed out on Apple, Amazon, eBay, Microsoft, NVIDIA, all those companies in 2000, the dot-com bust, Juniper Networks, they all busted. Their price, Yahoo, all that went down. People thought they were done. But because they didn't see the upside, they didn't want to buy Apple at $15 a share. Now you wish you could have bought Apple at $15 a share. So all I'm trying to say, these are the kind of reasons why I don't really look at technicals like that. I just look at what the I just look for what's going to happen in the future. That just makes it a lot easier on me, because I'm not really into trying to determine just by the technicals what's going to happen with the stock. I'm kind of like, hey, look, Amazon, they have shipping, and what's Amazon going to do next? They're going to be a powerhouse for life. Microsoft, powerhouse for life. Apple, powerhouse for life. So you might as well get on board. Tesla, they have a market share that's going to be unequal, because only NIO and Tesla has government backing. And Tesla had government backing for the last 10 years. NIO has government backing by the Chinese the last 5 years. So therefore, they have subsidies coming in that other companies will not be able to take advantage of. So they have a clear advantage worldwide. So this is why I like those two companies as electric vehicles. Now, Ford, they're on all continents. So again, that's why you got to have F, and they do autonomous driving. So see, I'm not doing any technicals, but those are my technicals. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. Let's see. He's got more, but isn't that going to spread your money all over the market? George Maple. It does. Yes. And I know people are going to go, hey, man, Eric, you should just get the index funds. Well, that will be another video, the index fund video. Yes, you can invest in the top S&P 500. I can invest in the NASDAQ. I can invest in the Dow market, all the market, and it rises, yes, 10, 15, 9, 8, 7% per year. Okay, they range 7% to 15% there. Of course, there's down years, and then there's years that's 20% to offset the down years. But let's just call it 7 to 10% per year for index funds. That's how you get all of the market. But I have a different thought on index funds. Most people will say I got rich on index funds, but I'll just say it right now. I will argue with them. The reason why I say that is, here, let me pull up an index fund. I'll pull it up so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll give you a VTSAX. This is a Vanguard. Okay. So let me pull this up. This is a Vanguard fund. As you can see, it's $82.26 as of today. So when somebody tells me 5 years ago, okay, 5 years ago, it was $52.47. So then they'll tell me, okay, it went up to $64. Went up to $82. So that's 64% on my money. Okay, here's where I have a problem with this. it's not really 64% on my money. It's 64% of a value increase on my money. And when I sell it today at $82.26, yes, that's 64% on my money over the last 5 years. That's great, right? That's what, 12% a year? Okay, that's great. Now, but here's the thing. I didn't gain anything extra. Nothing more than if I would have had my money in Tesla, right? So I go back 5 years. Look at this, $44. So now your Tesla has done, well, that's just an insane number there. But this is 928% on your money. So now, if I would have had my money in that index fund, I did not earn 928% over the last 5 years. I only earned 12%. So this is why when people start talking to me about all over the market, which is fine, fair enough, it is, but I look for a lot more winners than just 10 or 12%. In fact, we went over some stocks just by the real estate market where the PSECs, NRZ, NLYs, ABRs are earning 12% by themselves, and I'm getting that every month or every 3 months. That's the way I look at it. And that's coming to me. In an index fund, I can't just, I mean, I could withdraw the money from that, but that means I got to sell. And don't forget an index fund like the VTSX, that has a expense of, I think it's 0.04, if I'm not mistaken. It's a small expense, but yeah, it's 0.04%. You're paying 0.04% as well. So even though you earn 12, let's call it 12, it ends up being 11.96 or whatever, close enough. But the fact of the matter is, you're not getting any dividend yield, or none of that's coming as well. So I don't get my 10% dividend yield as well. Meanwhile, on my individual stocks, I get to have the upside of the stock appreciation, and I know I'm getting 10%, 5%. So I determine what percentage I want from the dividend stock. So that's all I'm trying to say. In fact, speaking of a stock, hold on, I forgot one. DHT. Hold on. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of that, DHT, under $5, still giving dividends. And this is ungodly. I don't know how long they can keep this up. But I think this is wrong. It says 39% on dividends. I think it's really 22, 23%. But either way, I have money in DHT. I'm still getting dividends. And it's at 23, 24%, even though this says 39%, which is incredible. Incredible. All right. So hopefully that answers it. George Maple, it's like going to the grocery store hungry. That's right, George Maple. Hey, man, I can't just put my money in the index fund, man. I got to go for the gold. I got to go for the premiums. No guts, no glory. That's how I go for it. No risk, no reward. Let me say it again. No guts, no glory, no risk, no reward. I like risk. Hey, we're all going to die sometime. But why not take some incredible risk along the way? Because I didn't invest in Tesla. Sadly, I thought Tesla was a joke. They never made money. They had subsidies in the hundreds of millions of dollars from the government. I was just like, this is crazy. So I didn't buy any stock 5 years ago. I didn't buy none of their stock until this year. I was behind the 8 ball. It's crazy. We can't win them all, but we try to. So, but anyhow, got to take some risk. Doesn't matter what age you are, George Maple. Hey, let me tell you guys something regarding stocks. A lady in 2014 bought $30,000 worth of Apple stock. Do you hear me? She was 74 years old. She is still alive. 8 years later, that $30,000 is worth over $1 million right now. So you see, it's never too late. One of my videos that I actually did, not a live stream, but one of those videos I actually did on stocks, you can search the channel. You might have to look through 4 or 5 of them. I actually have a link to the article where that's in there, where the lady actually did that. It's an incredible story. You miss out on some money index, 15% gain versus my Tesla, 30% gain in 1 year. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I like the Tesla gain better than I do the index fund gain. So that's all I'm saying. I like the Apple gain. I like the Amazon gain. I like all those I can't get from the index fund. I miss out on all that. So the same $200,000 a person would have in an index fund, that basically the index fund just went up 15%. So it's their money is now worth $230, but that same $200,000 that he would have put his money in, he gave up. It would have been $260 if he would have invested in Tesla over 1 year. So there's a difference between 230 and 260 on the wealth curve. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm only about 4 years into the market, trying to focus on dividend stock, but these make sense stocks. Your strategy. Give me a headache trying to decide which to choose. I love it. George Maple. Here's what I say. Why choose? Take a risk, buddy. Why choose? Yes, I have a ton of stocks on the portfolio, man. I am like an S&P 500. It's outrageous. So, I mean, I've already listed probably about 20 stocks that I'm holding, and I probably haven't even listed the other 20. So, yeah, I don't mind. But you got to keep in mind what I'm doing is I do ground up. So, in other words, I have stocks, a bunch of stocks under $10. So I can buy like hundreds of shares. So that's what changes everything versus me trying to buy one Tesla stock or one Amazon or whatever. I'm sitting there like, no. Let me go get my 15. Let me go get my 20% on my money plus an appreciation value. So that's what I look at. And then I say, okay, every now and then I'll go with stocks that don't give any dividends at all, like a Tesla, like an Amazon, things like that. So Apple still gives a dividend. Even now it's down to under 1%. But nonetheless, they still give a dividend. Microsoft still gives a dividend as well. And they both have upsides. So how can you not be in those stocks? All right. DHT. That's right. DHT's a big one, man. Another little gem. Square has 2 times in 2020. Exactly. They all have. All Visa, Square, MasterCard, all these processors, Amex, they're all doing it. Sweet. I remember that story. That's right, Miss Learn and Earn. You have been a subscriber for a while, so you might have remembered that video where I put that in there. We have a new person. Hello, anyone on Amazon split? Alicia Norfleet. You're too late for the Amazon. Oh, Amazon split. Oh, wait, you're not too late. No word on the Amazon split. I'm still waiting on Amazon to split. They have to. They're pricey. But I'm expecting Bezos to do it. All the geeks win. I mean, not Bezos. Yeah, it is Bezos. Bezos, all the geeks win. He's not going to mind splitting because he just knows the value is going to rise more because what are these guys doing? They're doing the drones. They are adding drones. They got clearance from the government to do drone drop-offs for people's packages. So that's coming to a place near you. They're buying up malls as distribution centers because malls are all built in a distribution area where they have malls were designed based on populations and where they lived and how they could get there. So he's doing brilliant work, and malls are a dying breed. So he's going to have distribution centers all over the place. It's not just going to be Amazon Seattle, Amazon Bay Area. He's going to have Amazon Sacramento, Amazon Austin, Amazon Miami. He's just going to take over. So I'm waiting on that split, but no word on that yet. It took me this long to realize that I can't work myself into relaxation on the beach later in life. I was taught get a job, in my case, small business, which is still a job that I created for myself. Exactly, George Maple. Exactly. It sounds like you grew up in the era when you have to remember in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, everybody's taught to get a job because you didn't have an opportunity to be on the internet and make extra streams. There was no eBay to sell. There was no Amazon to sell. There was no liquidators like Miss Learn and Earn uses liquidators.com where I can go and get pallets of food, or liquidation.com and get pallets of material and then put them on Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, and what Etsy and Shopify stores. You didn't have none of that luxury. But now you have all the luxury in the world to get these extra streams of income that before were only reserved for people starting a business. And now you can just get rid of that line that you have, that tether you have to your business, and make money a different way. And that's the beauty of it. So luckily, you still have time. I don't care what your age is, George Maple. If you live another 20 years, that's a long time. 10 years, a long time. Doesn't matter. Might as well have a little fun. All right. Amazon. Best business has logistics and cloud and home. Exactly. And not only does he have all that, he actually has a slice of the entire worldwide marketplace. Because he's on the internet, he can be in any country, any day of the week, selling products, which is what they're doing. And some of that money is offshore, which means they don't even have to bring it back to America and be taxed on it. So think about all that money that he's collecting offshore. But that has nothing to do with our stock in America. So anyhow, let me get some more water. We're at 2 hours and 30 some minutes. If you haven't hit the like button down below, please smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed and you haven't clicked the bell button after you subscribe, please do so if you like what we're talking about, because I make videos on all this subject matter, including credit, including real estate, including stocks, including crypto. We're just talking about accumulating assets and how we can accumulate those assets. You don't have to spend a lot of money to accumulate assets. Don't believe what your parents or grandparents or great-great-grandparents told you. All you need is a little bit of money. And the more streams of income, that means you have more income that you can put towards assets that make you money while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, while you're in Punta Cana on the beach with that nice warm water in your feet. That's what we do. Walter, welcome to the live stream. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I will not. Wish I would have started investing before I actually did. Still have 25 years, and so still time. That's right, Walter. Plenty of time for you, man. Plenty. 25 years is another lifetime. I told people before, when I was 25, 26, 27, and I used to do whatever I was doing, and all my friends were like, what do? You don't seem to have a job. I was like, I invested in a business. I invested in myself. You guys are at your work investing in the other company. So once you realize that you had to invest in other vehicles, and then you have another lifetime. So then you're 40 years old, and the next thing you know, you're like, man, I had so much fun in my 20s, so much fun in my 30s. What's my rest of my life going to be about? And then before you know it, another 10 years go by. And all along the way, that was your life. So again, Walter, welcome to the CEO of my life. You have plenty of time. That's a whole nother lifetime, 25 years. A whole nother lifetime. Amazon is a beast. And by the way, Walter, you're a new person to the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for participating. I appreciate it. So Bezos makes money in over 30 different currencies. Yes, he does. And it's probably more than 30 different currencies. But yes, he does. And wait till Amazon pulls the trigger and says you can buy with Bitcoin. Wait till that happens. Then it's going to be like, oh my, that'll be another push for them guys to expand. It's going to be crazy. Including music. That's right. Got to have those. Amazon. Oops, Amazon in 14 markets. That's all right. He's in 14 markets. And he's actually in more markets than that. Okay, guys, this is something I got to talk about again. Okay, look, Amazon is a name you know. What you don't know is in other countries, Amazon calls themselves something else because they partnered with somebody else on the down low. This is like Uber. In other countries, they had to partner with other companies that people don't know that name and didn't know that Uber partnered with them. Okay, this happens all the time. So you got to watch these one percenters. They can do a whole bunch of things that the rest of the people cannot. All right. What do you think about options trading? Corey Kwan, I don't. That's all I can tell you. The reason why I don't think about it is I don't understand options trading. So therefore, I can't really speak on options trading. And I went round and round with several people that do options trading. But what I just don't understand it because I can't break it down. But really what it is you're buying a block of 100 shares as a contract. And a person will tell me, like, I paid an option $300 for a strike price of $35. So in my brain, I divide 300 by 100. It means I bought that at $3 a share. So if I got to pay $35 a share, doesn't that mean it's now $38 a share to me? So now in order for me to make money, doesn't it have to go up past $38 a share? So let's say it goes up to $40 and then I sell my contract for $40. So that means I made $2 a share. So does that mean I get back $200? So to me, I still don't get it. And nobody's been able to explain options trading to me. So then what I normally say is this. How many millionaire and billionaire option traders do you know? How many of them are in the Fortune 500? How many? I'm like, none. Okay, I'm not going to say none. There's like three. That's it. Everybody else is selling a course. So to me, I don't want to be in that. But that's just me. If you know how it works and it makes you money, then go for it. It's just for me, I don't feel comfortable because I don't understand how you make money. And these guys are telling me they make thousands of dollars a day or $1,000 a week or $1,000 when I execute. I just don't see where they're doing this thousands of dollars stuff. So until somebody can explain it to me or walk me through it, then I asked everybody to walk me through it, show me each transaction. Meaning when you tell me it costs $300, what are you buying? Tell me. Just like a math equation. When you say you sold it, then how are you selling it? And what's the profit on it? Then I bring up the point, since it's a day trade or an option trade less than a year, I owe 25% tax on any profit. So not only do I have to go past the $2, now 25% of my $2 profit is gone as well, which means now I'm down to $1.50. So I don't get it. So, and nobody's been able to explain how the options actually works. I just want them to lay it down for me so then I can understand it. So that's the reasons why I can't really speak on options, but I figured I might as well give you my thoughts on options, and hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Let's see. Not Tommy on Martin. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Walter. Thank you for subscribing. 2 thumbs up for that. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you for your support. Hopefully you like and check out some of my previous videos. All you got to do is go on the search bar and you can search under the YouTube channel. Maybe there's something else that you like, because we talk about real estate, we talk about stocks, and I talk differently. I don't give you the old guru stuff. I give you the real stuff. This is the no guru zone. I give you the real stuff. When somebody says, like the gurus would say, hey, you can get this house with no money down, No, I tell you the real deal. You need 25% down when you're doing multifamily. I tell you how we don't need to spend any money. Check out the hotel deal on the real estate where my friend, a good friend of mine who's been listening to me for years, tell him how to do stuff. He actually bought a $4.7 million hotel with none of his money and no credit. How? He got 2 hard money lenders, and he told them he's going to give them 12% on their money. They both put down the 25%, and he controls it because that's the agreement, and he pays them their 12% every month. Well, it's 12% over the course of a year, but he pays them their percent every month from the revenues from the hotel. And in case you want to know, Super 8 Biloxi in Mississippi. So thank you for becoming a subscriber. I appreciate it. All right. Curtis Davis. This week they found water on moon. SpaceX. Oh, SpaceX. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that I haven't mentioned. Get some SpaceX stock. I like them. Blue Origin could be another one. It's a space race, but SpaceX, I like them right now, and they're under $20 a share. Miss Learn and Earn. Who? I don't know what she meant. All right, brand recognition. Uber had to partner in China. Exactly, Curtis Davis. Exactly. And you don't know the name. I can't remember what their name is, but all I'm trying to say is this is what 1% companies do. The Amazons, the Microsofts, the Teslas, all these guys, this is what they do. They partner under a different name with different companies. So this is what you got to do yourself. You got to become CEO of your life. Oh, by the way, you go to the StopStrugglingNow.com website. You can get the SSN merch there. One of them is this, CEO of My Life. You can check them out there. The other one, No Fear, No Excuses. All right. Let's see. Brand recognition, Uber. Too much risk and options. Curtis Davis says too much risk and options. Again, I don't know if there's risk. I know there's risk because it has to go to a certain price. But I don't know. Everybody keeps claiming that they're doing good. But it's almost like when I used to play poker. And you would tell somebody, how are you doing at poker? I'm doing fine. I'm making money. I am a profit. So then I'm like, okay, so what's your ROI? I don't know. I'm like, okay, then that means you don't really know how much you're making. So if you file your tax return as a poker player, every time, just like buying a stock, every time you enter a tournament or if you play cash games, you have to record that in because that's a taxable event. So now how much money I win or lose during that session will determine how much I'm going to pay in taxes. So I got to write that down. Every session, whether it's online or playing in person, you got to write down every session. As a professional poker player, it's the same way with stocks. You have to buy your stock, but since it's electronic and automated, it's easy to know if you have a profit, a capital gain. If you have a profit, you pay tax. If you have a loss, you don't pay tax. All right. I looked into Forex, don't get it yet. Me neither. My friends have told me, Eric, you're good at mathematics and all that. I don't get it either. I don't mess with Forex as well. That's the same reason. I don't understand it. Makes no sense to me. Your money works less with normal stock buy. I feel safer, less risk, as long as I got 10K or more. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's how I am. Why take a risk when you're earning 10, 15, 20% on your money? There's no reason. That's crazy. And you have an upside. That's the way I look at it. It's long term, sure, but I'd rather go the long term. And you have beneficiaries in case the long term doesn't work out. At least you can drop it off to the family and kids. AJ, welcome to the live stream this evening. Thank you for being here, man. Nice to see you another week. Appreciate the support. Thank you, AJ. Thank you. I appreciate the comment. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 2 hours and 49 minutes. You know I got to wrap it up because I got to get something to eat. You know how we do it here. If you have any questions, you might as well do it right now. Be more happy. Welcome to the live stream. What do you think about sport betting online? I think it's a good thing. I've been sport betting online since 2000, I think, something like that, because I used to play online poker, and in the poker rooms they would have sports betting. So I've been doing it electronically for 20 years. So yeah, DraftKings. Let's talk about it. I agree. DraftKings have went down actually. I don't know why, but they have shrunk. Maybe you guys know on here. Maybe some of you know on here why DraftKings has went down in price. Thanks, B More, for bringing it up. Quite frankly, because I think DraftKings is in an area where they keep going down, and they may be a buy right now. I haven't bought into DraftKings yet, or have I? I can't remember, but I might have, but I can't really remember. I don't think I bought DraftKings, but if I did, that's fine. But I'm gonna be buying some more because they went. Check this out. They were up here just last month, 61, 63. Now look where they are, 35, 40. They don't give dividends, but they have deals with MLB, NFL, and all that. And due to the pandemic, that's kind of cut off their streams lately. But I think, let me know what you guys think about DraftKings. Or, for that matter, let's go to another one who's suffering also, Penn stock. It's another gaming stock. Let's look at them. Look at them. They have the same trajectory. $75 a month ago. Now they're down to 53. They're having the same type of trajectory. So just keep all this in mind. This pandemic is worldwide and it's taking a toll. So that's what the problem is. Thanks for the question, B More. I appreciate it. But yeah, these gambling stocks I would buy, and I like online gaming. I think that has an upside. And online gaming accepts crypto as well, which can be, I call it hidden money. So that's what I call it. So again, Penn has gone down. Exactly. That's correct. So this is the time that you can take advantage, in my opinion, because I heard other people telling people to get DraftKings and Penn and all that a couple months ago. But I was always thinking in the back of my head, what happens when sports is over? What happens when the NBA and MLB is done and all we have is NFL, and we didn't even know if the college season was going to kick off? So a few conferences have games. So now what happens? And what happens if the college basketball comes around? Because that should already be happening now as well. But what's going to happen? So all of that is hurting these guys. So now I feel they are in range to buy. They're on my radar. Because if I already have some, I'm getting some more now. I can't remember. I don't think I bought any DK. I was going to. But I remember it was around $50 a share for DraftKings at the time. I'm glad I waited. Or if I didn't, so what? I'll dollar cost average down. So why not? Penn has gone down. Online gaming. Last question. Of course, what is your top 3 criteria for pulling out of a stock? Percentage of loss? Here, let me get myself back up. No, actually, quite frankly, George Maple, I don't look at stocks that way. Quite frankly, I know a lot of people go, okay, if it goes down 20%, I'll put a stop loss on there and I'll do it. I don't look at it that way because the market always does this. It goes up and down. So that's why I can't go by percentage. I go by what did I invest in that company for in the first place. So for instance, I'll give you a for instance. I was always a supporter of Ford. when their stock went from 20 to 10 to 5, I was always, the reason why is because I said they do autonomous driving, and then it turns out they're going to be in the EV market because they came out with that Ford Mustang, what they're trying to do. So I was like, okay, I like them at $5. I like them at $10. So as you can see, they dropped to almost more than 50% of their price, 75% of their price. So I would have sold Ford, but instead I bought more Ford. Dollar cost average down. So now I reap the rewards because my dollar cost averaging was below $10. So just like NIO, when NIO came out, it's an electric vehicle company. At the IPO, it was $6 and roughly 50 cents. It went up to $14 in 24 hours. I sold some of my shares, took some profit, and then kept some of the shares in there. And instead of the 650 going up from about 2 years ago, they went all the way down to $3 earlier this year. So when it went down to $3, I bought more shares. But if I would have had a percentage loss on that, clearly 50% loss, I would have sold. But because I believed in the long term that it's an electric vehicle, they're supported by China, and they already actually have working vehicles in place, I said, okay, I'm not going to sell. And now look, in fact, why don't I go look? Because I don't know what NIO is, because I don't care. Because I'm actually going to hold NIO for life. Look at this. This is insane. They're up to $30 a share. But because if you would have worked off the percentage loss from $6.50 down to $4, you would have sold it, took the loss, and now look, 1,000% on your money. Come on. Go here, look, I'll go 6 months back. Look, here it is. $3.18. 861% on your money. So that's why I don't do the percentage loss, because it's what I bought it for in the first place. I'm willing to take the L, because the odds of it being a complete L is probably 1,000 to 1. And now you can easily see $30 a share when I was buying at $3, when I was buying at $6, when I was buying at $5, when I was buying at $4. $30 is now awesome. And they have an upside. I mean, Tesla's selling it, $1,000, whatever they are, $500, whatever. And NIO should be right along with them shortly. They should easily be up to $100 a share. So, and they have the Chinese market, NIO does. So this is insane. But anyhow, hopefully that answers your question on how I look at percentage loss. I don't. Not at all. Oh, you said, hold on. Let me go back. Top three criteria. Percentage of loss? No, I don't have any criteria. Because when I buy a stock, it's based on, my philosophy is based on what's to come. So if I can dictate and I say, okay, we need more cloud space, we need more storage space, we need 5G, like T-Mobile, for instance. T-Mobile is a good stock to invest in. Verizon, also AT&T. These are all good stocks because they're in the cloud space, they're in the 5G space. So I would go for those. So that's why my criteria is a little bit different. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to panic when, let's say, DraftKings, if I'd have bought DraftKings at 50 and it goes down to 35, I'm not panicking. All I'm doing is buying more. Because I know online sports betting after the pandemic worldwide is going to be bringing in the trillions of dollars a year like it normally does. The only question is, if you're holding gaming stocks at an actual brick and mortar hotel, casino, like an MGM, are you willing to hold those stocks? Because as more and more people can game online, they're not going to Vegas, even though Vegas is awesome. But the market could change at any moment, and I'm going with the comfort of my own home. where I can just sit here and gamble online easily. And actually, when I used to play poker online, I would have 4 screens up. And people would say, why do you have these big screens? Because I have 4 or 6 screens up, playing 6 games at a time, increasing your odds of winning, in my opinion. If you're a good poker player, at the time I was better than the normal people. My ROI was 60%. So, of course, I wanted to play poker whenever I could. No matter if I sat down in tournament play or whether I sat down in cash games, 60% on your money, I'm not leaving that on the table. And then, of course, it started shrinking over time as more and more people got better. So then that's when I started hitting the ejection. When I got down to like 35%, it wasn't worth it to me anymore, because now it's shrunk so much that it took me more hours to make the same amount of money. So anyhow, I look at stock the same way. I'm holding on until. Just wondering, because I've taken a beating on CCL. George Maple, hold on to CCL. They get all the financing they want. You know why? Because they have assets. I have CCL also, but unfortunately, just like I tell everybody else, if you believe in a stock and have a reason to stay in the stock, then buy more when the price goes down. I bought CCL at $20, just to give you an idea. Okay, then all of a sudden the pandemic comes. My average cost was $20-some. Then the pandemic came, and the stock went down to something like $6, $5. I can't remember. It was like, let's go look at it. It was something crazy. Let's go see 6 months back. Year to date. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. $8.80. It was an intraday trading. It was under like $7. It was like $6 intraday, because these only show prices once at the end of the market. It went down to like $6.50. I was buying at $6, $7, $8, but I was up here. I was around 24, I think, 22, somewhere in there originally, because I thought from 50 to 20 was a hell of a drop. Who knew that we would be down here at $7, $8? So that's when I bought some more. So my dollar cost averaging is somewhere like $10 or $11 at this point. I can't remember the actual number, but on CCL, that's what you do, George Maple. You can't be scared. You're investing for a reason. So you can't be scared, even though you might have bought CCL at $40. So all this means is when it went down, you just buy more. They have ships that they're selling, and because they have assets, they're able to borrow money to hold them over. Not only that, they're able to take pre-orders for whenever they start their next sailing. So they're able to, they can go to their borrowers or lenders and go, see, we told you once the pandemic is over, so our bookings in March of next year, we already have our ships 3/4 full on orders where people have to put down their deposit, and therefore we have this in-house already, so now they can stem the tide. And that's why Royal Caribbean is going to be able to stem the tide as well. So buy more CCL is what I say, especially if you have if you bought it above the 1371. That's what I would do. That's what I did do. What am I saying? Because like I said, I bought it 22, 23, 24, and then it went all the way down to 10. I bought some at 10, then it went down to 9, bought more, went down to 7, bought more. And then, like I said, when it went down to 650 intraday trading, I bought more. And so my dollar cost is all the way down. It's around $10 or $11 at this point. Hopefully that answered your question, George Maples. He has that icon next to his name. So once again, George Maple, thank you so much for being a member of the channel. And you actually have special emojis. You have a special icon next to your name. And whenever you can put stuff in the chat, you actually have different items you can put in the chat as well. All right. Thank you for those dividend stocks earlier. Time to make some more passive income. Corey Kwan, exactly, man. Instead of 5%, you could be earning 14%, 20%, 10% with the same money, by the way. Something to think about. All right, let's see. Rumor has it. CCL has been cleared. CDC, hey, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. They're part of the 1% club. They're part of the exception club. What kind of company can do this? Operate in the United States, but have a flag under another country. All the money you make, you don't have to pay taxes to the United States government. Come on, man. These guys are a win-win, and not only that, they're going to get bailout money. Oh, LVGO has ceased trading and has now been acquired by... Excuse me, Alicia. That's right. That's exactly right. The merger. That's right. The merger. And here's where we're at again. I'll show this every time. Here's where we're at again. Thank you to Curtis Davis. And the day that it happened, I'll give you a roundabout day. It was somewhere around here. We were doing a live stream, so it must have been around July when Curtis Davis came on a live stream and he says, hey guys, what about this LVGO? And because he knows that I think health has an upside, I said, I'm in. It was $95, $96 that day, July 8th, just a few short months ago. And now look, 44% on your money. If you sold it, obviously you got to pay 25% in capital gains. But this is a long-term play in my opinion. And it has nowhere to go. And with them joining forces with Teladoc, that just improves it because Teladoc is also a great company. And by the way, Amwell is an IPO, ladies and gentlemen. Their IPO price, check it out. It was not $2.91. Their IPO price was around $20 at the time. They're a health company as well. I bought into them. So I'm in like around 23. I didn't get it below that. And that's when I bought. And this is a long-term hold for me. Right now, I don't care if whatever it does. It's only up 10%, but that's only since a month. Just came out a month ago, a month and a half. So that's a long-term play for me. So I'm holding this for life, not selling. So hopefully that answered your question again. But Alicia Norfleet, thank you for bringing that up. I'm bullish and bull run. Bear down. Bear means the stock market's losing money, going down. Bull means it's going up. You'll hear the stock analyst going, it's a bull market. People don't understand. Bull run means that's running up. Bear means it's bear down. That's what you got to remember. So I'm bullish on LVGO. I'm bullish on AMWL. And George Maple, as you can tell, these are other stocks that I own. Yeah, I own a lot. But it's a reason. I like the upside. No taxes. Exactly. I like the upside. It's a 1031 exchange in-house. I love it. Thanks, Curtis David, for the information on CCL. Exactly. I must have missed it. Did he put something in? Let's see. Rumor has been, oh, yeah, the CDC cleared. That's right, George Maple. So let's sit back, hold on. In fact, buy some more. Because clearly the stock should be trading around $50 a share. And Royal Caribbean is the same. Although Royal Caribbean hasn't dropped as much. The reason why? Because they had more cash on hand than Caribbean did. That's right. George Maple, exactly, pointing out the fact that Curtis Davis and others drop gems in the live stream. Always some gems in the live stream, some helpful information. UVXY, that's when you're bearing down. When the market's going down, you should have velocity stocks, in my opinion, UVXY. When the stock market goes up, that's when I buy more UVXY because it's low, it goes down. So then when these things happen, so I don't expect UVXY to come into play anytime soon because there's an election. There's stimulus money is going to come out. So, you know, and that only means UVXY, SPUX, TVIX, all that's going to go down, which is fine. That just gives us opportunity to buy some more. It's like insurance. That's my insurance in case the stock market crashes. Because if the stock market crashes, UVXY, TVIX, SPUX, all these kind of stocks are going to go up 50 to 100% or more. TVIX during the March crisis went all the way up to $900 a share. All the way from $60 a share. It was beautiful. And yes, I sold. And yes, I didn't mind paying the 25% profits because I know it's going to go back down from 900. Actually, it went all the way up to $923. But I sold before that. 900 was more than enough. In fact, I'll show people what I'm talking about. Look, let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. Let's talk about TVIX, 6 months. 1 year. Oh, that's VIX. Oh, sorry. They changed the stock symbol, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. They don't want to come on the They don't really want to come on the screen and show people. Yeah, I can't get them. Yeah, they won't. Oh, wait, they do show it a little bit. 578. So anyhow, I'll have to get a different graph when I know where to look, but it went up to $923 a share, TVIX. So here we go. So you guys can see, here's part of it here. They show 578 on their charts, but it actually went up to 928. Just letting you know. But anyhow, from here, let me go to that screen so I can show you. From $78 all the way up to their reported 578, 700% on your money in less than a few, what is that, 4 months. And like I said, I sold it when it dropped down intraday, it must have been. But I'll pull up different charts later. But anyhow, just letting you know, TVIX, when it drops down here, I pick up a few as well just for insurance. Nothing more. It's simply insurance. NVAX was another big play in 2020. Bought it 14, sold it 42. Oh my God. NVAX. Okay, let's go look at something. Check it out. That was a nice play. Very nice. Leveled off, which is a surprise actually. Leveled off. That's amazing. Here, let me go show people what we're talking about. Novavax. Yep, now they're hovering at 80. And Curtis Davis was down here getting in early before May. Look at this. In March, it was $10 a share, $12 a share. And just think in January, it was only $4. And now, look, it's $80. So a lot of people have advantage. And Novavax is a vaccine company, ladies and gentlemen. So you knew that was going to rise up. Okay, let's see. I said class, I mean video. Hell, it's still a class with all the knowledge you're putting out. Thank you, George Maple. Thank you. And remember, it's a no guru zone. We don't charge for none of this. There's no charges. There's no courses to buy. We just give you the real deal that can help you out today, that can help you out on Monday when business is open. And if you have Webull or Robinhood, get your links down below. Get your free share of stock. And if you have Webull, you can buy shares starting around 4 a.m. in the morning before the markets open. There's prices, good deals to be had pre-market sometimes. All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the longest live stream I've done in a while, 3 hours long and 15 minutes. So we're going to wrap this up. If anybody has any further questions, you might as well ask them now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to give you about another 30 seconds to ask any, but we're going to close the show. Or as George Maple said, I'm going to shut down the class. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, because it is almost an educational, financial literacy kind of thing. So hopefully I'm helping out more than a few people. And don't forget, please share my videos, as I've mentioned, because this helps out more than just the people here today in the chat room. This also helps out other unsuspecting people not realizing that their money should be working for them instead of them working for the money. So with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. That's why we talk about getting streams of income. This is why we talk about assets. This is why we talk about how we think about acquiring assets. All of them, crypto, real estate, credit is an asset. You have to acquire all of this when it's relatively easily done. Get your streams of income, because then you can invest in so many different vehicles and let your money work for you. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.